Don.
This isn't Vietnam, it's radio.
Hahn.
I mean, he had a handful of twig and berries.
And Rosenberg.
Everything about it was pure, unadulterated ASS. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
How about that? Happy Friday, everybody. Saturday's tomorrow. That's when it starts for the Yankees, but what a glorious Friday if you're a Yankee fan. It's a beautiful day outside, and your team made you proud. Right now, how are you feeling, Alan? Honestly, how are you feeling?
Very satisfied. That was so satisfying to watch. Maybe more satisfying if they gave the kid the ball for the ninth inning just to see a complete game shutout, which, I mean, in today's game, you just never see something like that. We literally never see what Cam Schlittler did. But, yeah, that was as satisfying of a win as you could possibly have if you were a Yankees fan. That's the best way I can describe it.
What about, not to throw shade or put rain on it, would have been one level more satisfying if Judge had also gone yard yesterday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
be nice to get one of those in the series.
It is fair to say that, but I'm not going to nitpick. He had a good series as far as just numbers go, and I think the bigger things are coming for him. I think more important moments are coming for him, but satisfying considering the opponent. At home, all the things that you would want. That's how I looked at it, and really now when it's over, you can look back and say the Red Sox really weren't very good. They were missing a lot, and so you better had beaten them, and they did. And now the challenges continue, the tougher challenges continue, and you see George Springer has his rally cry already up in Toronto, boys.
What's the Springer rallying cry?
Tarp off, police horse ready. Here we blank and go. That's his line.
Cute.
So from one rival to another, from one hated team to another, now you get to take on the Blue Jays and see if you can take care of business there. Another team that won the season series. They got the tiebreaker. You had the same record as they did. They had the tiebreaker, and now you can get your revenge. The thing is, with these wild card series, you don't have any time, man. You celebrate. You get off the field on Thursday, and you get on a plane. You fly Saturday, 4 o'clock. In less than 48 hours, you're at it again. Now it's a best-of-5 series. So you don't have any kind of way to you spray some champagne, but, man, let's get to work. Quick turnaround for a team that's rested. They've got their rotation in order, but I'm telling you, I said it. I'm gonna double down on it. Yankees win against the Red Sox. They're going to the World Series, and I'm sticking with that. You don't have what happened last night just to get eliminated in the divisional round or the league championship series.
You think this is one of those magic things?
Well,
is this what you're referring to?
Well, I'm just saying that performance deserves better than a second-round exit. I mean, this is he's going to be in history as maybe pitching the greatest game any Yankee has ever pitched. I mean, he's a kid making his 16th start. And
against his hometown team.
8 innings of shutout baseball facing elimination. When does that ever happen? When?
Literally never. That's the best part of this, everything we were seeing. That's why I kept going back. Again, I don't want to nitpick because it like I called it satisfying, very much so. It's funny because, you have said this, Don, about the Boone criticism. And sometimes maybe it's just can the player just perform? So Cam Schlittler made Aaron Boone look brilliant because he was brilliant, right? That's really all that happened. Is the kid made him look brilliant, and all I wanted was to see would he let him take the ball in the ninth, and he didn't. And so Bednar pitched three straight days. You're gonna need him Saturday, at least you expect to. And that was a moment where I wondered, would they give him the ball and let him close this thing out? Complete game shutout in an elimination game in your first playoff appearance. Like that would have been extra special. But yeah, it's one of the most scintillating pitching performances we've ever seen by a Yankee pitcher in playoff history, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
And I kind of just contradict something I said at the top of the show.
Already?
Quickly. Well, because I guess the only thing that felt sort of dissatisfying at all about this series, in my opinion, if you're a Yankee fan, guys, is the fact that you didn't see the power from Judge. And obviously you'd like to see a better series from Stanton as well, right? Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of that, it's pretty cool that they won yesterday by putting runs together. You kind of love it, Alan, from a playoff standpoint, to see that this team can win playoff games without the long ball.
Yep.
That's exactly what they've lacked in the playoffs every year, it feels like.
Yeah. Manufacturing runs or the ability to get on base and create traffic. That's great. But we do know it's not the formula for how this team wins and how this team's going to have success. And we all know that if the Yankees are going to go on a run, like Don just said, he believes that whoever won that series was going to go on. If they are going to follow what Don believes, we're going to need them, smash the ball a few more times. You're going to need more out of Stanton, and you're going to need more when it comes to home run power. But, you got it when you needed it, and it is good to know and good to see that they are a different-looking team than they were earlier in the season. They got way more athletic, right, with Jazz, certainly from last year's acquisition, from bringing in Caballero. They are way more athletic on the base paths. They're faster, and they're more willing to move on the base paths, which I think is – It says a lot. I remember 2 years ago we said this team's so unathletic. You don't say that about the Yankees anymore.
They need to get a little bit more offense going. Again, scoring all their runs in one inning. So, right, you lost in game one, getting your one run in the first. And then you had the big fourth inning last night, and that was all the offense that you had. So, yeah, there's nitpicks and there's things that need to get better. But I just don't want to ignore when history happens. And I'm somebody that I love sports, but I also love sports history. You don't see that. You don't see a kid, the most strikeouts ever for a rookie pitcher in his playoff debut. 12 strikeouts, 8 shutout innings in the cathedral of baseball, facing elimination. When if Whitey Ford goes out and does it, if Andy Pettitte goes out and does it, if Mike Messina goes out and does it, I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they get paid to do. But this is a kid that nobody knew existed when the season started, and he had a great year. But I'm sorry, you had to be a little apprehensive. First playoff appearance, what can we expect from the kid? Mm-hmm. And then nobody had that on their bingo card. Nobody. I mean, what would the odds be that he is going to go 8 shutout innings before the game started?
No, not at all. No,
zero. And it happened. And yeah, it's
anybody
nitpick.
That believed that is lying. Anyone that believed that is lying. No one would think he would go 8 shutout innings. That doesn't happen. But I'll tell you what, like when you think about you name like Whitey Ford, right?
Right.
And I don't want to get too caught up in hyperbole because we do get caught up in the moment. He was fantastic. It is the wild card round. I mean, it's not Don Larson, right? Like it's not the greatest performance in Yankee history, playoff history, but it's certainly up there, and especially in more recent history because of just how important this game was, despite the fact that we're still talking about a wild card round, not the League Championship Series or the World Series. But what it means going forward, I think, says a lot too. Michael was asked a question on his show from a caller, which I found very interesting because Michael actually paused a while before answering it, and it was simply this: what do you do now against the Blue Jays? Because when you set up your pitching, do you want to get Rodon twice, or do you want to get Schlittler twice? Something to think about.
At this moment, I mean, talk about struggling to be a victim, a prisoner of the moment. But how do you not be a prisoner of the moment at this second? You know what I mean?
You got to believe in Hot. They don't believe in Hot, but you got to believe in Hot, and he's been very good for them since they called him up.
But, Rodon didn't pitch awful in his appearance. And he did win 18 games during the course of the regular season. So you got to be careful. Because as you said, this is not your quintessential Red Sox team. There was no. There was no Ortiz. There wasn't even a Devers on this team. But it's a good team. And it was an important game. So I don't want to make it anything more than it is. But what it is still absolutely spectacular. But to Peter's point, do you want to be a prisoner of the moment that now all of a sudden you're going to escalate him to something that he may not be ready to be?
Did you hear Michael's answer?
I did not hear it, no.
He paused a while, and he said, yeah, Schlittler. I found that I like that call because I was wondering what he'd say there. because he's somebody that obviously wouldn't get caught up something like fans would say, oh, you got to go with Schlittler. Look how great he is. But even Michael said, I probably would go if I had to choose one or the other of who would get 2 starts in a 7-game series, because Fried obviously is your ace. But if you had to choose one over the other, you'd probably choose, he said, he would go with Schlittler.
Well,
Says a lot.
Rodon over his last 10 games. Do you feel decent about where he's been at?
He's been good, yes. He actually he has been steady.
Yeah, I'm looking at his numbers now. Looking over the last 10, it's pretty steady.
Yeah, but
if I'm assuming that I'm not on a Fugazi site here, it looks like he hasn't allowed more than 3 runs over the last 10 starts. One game on August 29th, he gave up 7 hits but 1 earned run. No, he's been solid. I mean, they haven't been Schlittler-like performances, but how many times has Schlittler given you Schlittler-like performances?
He's been good.
I don't want
very good, but not a freak of nature.
I don't want to get
this worked.
I don't want to get into Michael's, because I didn't hear, but I would think that Michael's not just going by last night's performance. He's got an earned run average under 3 over 15 starts. So if you projected that out and he was here on opening day and he made his 30 starts, would his numbers be similar to Rodon's? And my thinking is that if they are, then what are we talking about? Of course you would. Now, there's more experience, and this could be just a one-time thing as far as that kind of ability to go out there and pitch 8 shutout innings. But he's been good all year. Just he didn't get all year to do it. He only had those 15 starts. So I can understand the logic, but I can also understand the other side of it is can you expect him to do something like that again against a more potent offensive team in Toronto? So that's what's interesting about it. But
I'll tell you what, it does tell you that he's got the stuff, though, in a moment like that, right? Like that he's not going to get rattled.
No.
He's not somebody who's going to get rattled. He could have a game like any pitcher that just doesn't have it that day. But he was locked in. And, it's funny. Remember when we played Boone saying, I saw him after the game and looks like he was locked in. And I said that it just sounds like something that a coach would say. Right. He wasn't wrong. Clearly that kid was locked in.
No,
clearly.
He was definitely locked in.
Clearly he
now,
was.
You brought up that we'd love to see him complete it, right? Because that would have been the old school complete game shutout.
Yep.
With a 4-0 lead, I do think it's a conversation. Did he feel the need to go to Bednar? I guess he did. I mean, that's your closer, but it's not a closed situation because
but
you
had
a 4-run lead.
That's what I mean. Like a 4-run lead, Don. Didn't we say that too? Like how many runs and all that stuff? A 4-run lead tells me why not? Like, you remember Game 5, Andy Pettitte, World Series, the 96?
Yeah.
Right, he got smoked in Game 1. And they had to win Game 5, and he was unreal. And he actually went into the 9th inning.
Different time for sure.
I know but like it's almost like didn't he earn it? Like, did he earn it to take it all the way home? Take this whole thing.
But never
home?
mind. Listen, that would have been satisfying. But never mind that. What about just the idea of Bednar pitching on 3 consecutive days, and now you might need him tomorrow to close out the Blue Jays? Would then be 4 times in 5. I'm just thinking, do you have the luxury up 4-0 in the 9th inning to think about the Blue Jays, or is it no? I can't. I've got to respect my opponent. I've just got to shut this down, and I'll worry about the next series. The question is, at 4-0, do you have the luxury, Alan, to say, I want to save Bednar for Game 1 against the Blue Jays?
I would have. How do you not? I would have. Wouldn't you? Come on.
Well, because it doesn't
the way
have
the
to
kid
be...
he was pitching, he was so strong. I don't think the
was it
I'm trying to
pay 107.
Yeah, he wasn't at a egregious pitch count.
And really, you could go to anybody and just say, all right, listen, Bednar's there just in case somebody gets on,
well,
if it gets a little out of control.
You do you're a batter to batter situation at this point. And I think that's how Torrey handled Pettitte that time. Pettitte was young then, but he handled it like you're batter to batter at this point. And I'll see what it looks like. But if you could take it home, take it home.
The way I would have done it is I'd have him start the 9th inning, and if any kind of trouble, then he's gone. Yeah. But maybe you get lucky, you get a ground out, and you just keep him. I just try to avoid Bednar just because the conversation's going to be on Monday when we're on after games 1 and 2 that if Bednar's not good, they're going to say, did he really have to pitch in Game 3 against the Red Sox? But again, it's a nitpick. You can nitpick the offense. You can nitpick that decision.
Of course.
But now we see why Cora managed the way he managed in Game 2, because I think he knew that his team would not have much in Game 3. But I don't want to take anything away from what the Yankees accomplished last night. But clearly, their best chance, their only chance, it appeared at the time now, is if they had won Game 2.
This is now where it gets real, I think. This series was, I could call it an appetizer. It just felt to me like, just get this out of the way. And they did. I feel like the Blue Jays are that annoying team. They have been for a couple of years for the Yankees. They're also dealing with some injuries. They did not have a great finish to the season, but they've had a week off. But there is something punchy about them. Springer's a guy you love having on your team, but I'll tell you what, like, you hate playing against him because he's just a pain in the ass. But he's the first. I always feel like he's the guy either busting it around third to score on like what looks like a dink and dunk base hit, or he's the one that hits it, just gets that hit at the right time. He has been that guy against the Yankees. And so there's a lot to watch here with how it's managed, of course, but there's something that also still feels, even though the Blue Jays don't feel like a true rival, they don't feel like a team that you would hate. I feel like this series will create some of that animosity. I don't think there's a lot. There's respect, but I don't think there's a lot of I don't think these two teams like each other. And I would like to see the Yankees kind of, again, roll up the newspaper and bat these guys down.
Well, this is a team, we can take your calls at 1-800-919-3776, which we will today. We got a big day. We got Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. We got picks at 5:45.
Kidding me?
ENN at 6. Peter's back into the fold, all that. Is that this is a team that's every bit as good as you. Now, the same record, beat you during the regular season, but the Yankees have a little bit more experience in the postseason than the Blue Jays do. Going to the World Series last year, Blue Jays kind of had a dark cloud over them in recent years. You got to go back 30 years the last time they came up big in the postseason. But when you look at it up and down, I think it's a team that's every bit as good as you. The Red Sox did beat you during the regular season, but could you honestly say they were as good as the Yankees overall? I don't think you could, and it showed when it mattered in the postseason. But this Blue Jay team's a different animal. I think this is a team, as good as you might feel about the Yankees, I think this is a Blue Jay team that is your equal, and it's going to be a hell of a series.
I hope so. What do you think is going to be like going into this series? Because the short series, all we talked about was starting pitching, right? We were worried about the bullpen. I kept playing the Deadpool game. Who's going to be the guy that comes in and blows up? This series feels less about that and more about the big hits, right? Who's going to be the unsung hero? Who's the guy that we don't know about or we don't talk about that's going to end up being the one that at the end of the series we're going to talk about? Is it going to be the managers? Or is it going to be someone that we haven't talked enough about? Like Grisham did not have a great wild card round, but we know this guy's had a hell of a season.
He certainly has.
Is he somebody that suddenly emerges in this? Is it Ben Rice? Is it Volpe, who's been good? You know, that they were killing him a month ago. There's a lot. Like that's the kind of now that we're out of the best of three portion of the dance, there's a little more, I think, meat on the bone for a series like this. And you're right, by Monday we'll kind of already have a feel.
And I think what would be scary for me if I'm a Yankee fan, what you should be worried about is what you're worried about all year. The Yankees kicking the ball around, fundamentals being exposed, because this Blue Jay team will expose them. They put the ball in play. They don't strike out a lot. They're very difficult to play in that way. They're not going to help you out. All right, they're not going to make the mistake.
Right.
You look at some of the things that happened in Game 2 when they didn't score on that throw to Rice. The Blue Jays score on that play, right? Maybe the Blue Jays aren't. They get Jazz at home when he scores from first. But like that, the way that they kind of force the issue is that they're going to be a little bit more cleaned up. They're a better team, and we saw during the year. You said it during when they were playing the Blue Jays is that. They're pesky because they put the ball in play. They force you to make mistakes.
They put pressure on your defense.
And that's what the Dodgers did in the World Series last year. So the things that really were exposed when the Yankees were at their worst, the Blue Jays are the type of team that can expose those things.
And the Red Sox tried to, but the Yankees were excellent defensively. You do have to say that as well.
Well, the
has
second
not
they
reared
bring
its ugly
McMahon
head.
in and he makes that
Oh,
play.
that was
like,
unbelievable.
By the way, I thought it was the end. I thought it was good night and good luck.
And credit to Weiser, too, for catching him. You know, like sometimes in the dugout, you'll just clear out of the way. But, I mean, players are players. Like, you see a guy go head first into the dugout.
Oh, no,
you want to make sure
they
he's
did a
all right.
good job giving him a soft landing spot, but that
I'll
was
give him
scary,
credit.
man.
Yeah. Hell of a catch, though.
And I just got to say, we talked about this a couple of times this week about what this place feels like, what Yankee Stadium feels like in October. It was the last 2 days was magic in that building. Like I when I did my hit on DC radio today, I said, listen, I know everyone listening in DC, people grew up Orioles fans. They hate the Yankees. There's no love lost for the Yankees in that market. You cannot deny that when this team is in the playoffs, it feels bigger. It feels more fun. There's not the vibe in the building the last two nights was what playoff baseball feels like. To me, that is it at its absolute best.
It's what Bill Daughtry always says. The bunting goes up. It just feels a little different.
But not only does it feel different in the Bronx, it feels different than all the other ballparks, too, respectfully.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure, by the way, I'm sure Toronto will be lit. It will be awesome in there, I'm sure. We know, Michael Kay always told us, Don, that, Toronto is a sneaky, awful crowd. Nasty and vicious.
No, they get very nasty.
Crowd. But it's going to feel electric. But, man, nothing hits like the Bronx in October.
It's a big Vlad Guerrero series, right? We all know the whole story with him. Like, there's just so many little pockets of, I don't know. Tell me if I'm crazy about how it's not that I look at the Blue Jays. Like, the Red Sox are that team you just hate and you want to beat them, and that's why it was so satisfying. This Blue Jays team, and I go back a couple of years remembering when they were still younger. They hadn't figured it out yet, but late in the season, man, they were a pain in the ass to play against, and it was like, they were annoying. And I look at them more in that way, more with like disdain. I do respect them. They play hard and they play smart. But there's a part of me now watching this series from the Yankee perspective is saying, like, send these guys back. Let them know. Like, I look at it more that way than it is like anxiety of losing to a rival. This is more of a, like knock these guys down a peg. Let them know.
Well, like I said, this is a team that beat you out of your rightful division title, right? And that's got to irritate you. You finished with the same record, but because you couldn't win the season series, getting swept in a 4-game series in Toronto. Remember that? First time ever. Yeah. So this team.
And they let you hear about it. They got the broadcaster. He and Michael were going back and forth. You got Springer telling the umpires, if you just want New York to win the division, just hand it to them and let us know. Like, you could see they can't help it. They've got a little brother complex up there.
Yes, they do.
About this. And that's why it's going to be – I feel like this is going to be personal. This series is going to be personal.
Because the Red Sox went through it. Because, the Boston feeling inferior to New York. It's the little town like Philadelphia feels it from New York. Like, hey, we're a great city too, but everybody talks about New York. And then, of course, the rivalry that the Yankees and Red Sox have. But it happens in Toronto. We saw it in 93. It was either 92 or 93. It must have been the 92 World Series when they played the Braves and they had the Canadian flag upside down, and everybody was up. Nobody wants Canada to win. Yeah. Nobody wants the Blue Jays to advance because then Fox won't get any great ratings. MLB's got it rigged for the Yankees to beat the Blue Jays and all. Like that's what they're talking about in Toronto right now. They're talking about how nobody wants us to win. They want the Yankees to win. Springer said it. We read his lips a couple of weeks ago. That's on their mind. They're trying to play the Cinderella. We're the underdog. But meanwhile, they're just as good as the Yankees. But their narrative is going to be nobody wants us to win. We're the little engine that could. And the Yankees got to go and say, oh, you think you're the little engine. You know what we do with little engines? We stomp on them. And that's what we're going to do.
That's why I'm hoping they are ready for that. Because I do think that's something you have to – like the Yankees tend to be buttoned up. Again, they follow the personality of their captain. Buttoned up. They don't get involved in a lot of this kind of silliness, right? They don't get involved in trash talk that much. I mean, they talk a lot from their dugout, but I just wonder, are the Yankees ready for exactly what you're talking about, Don? Because you're going to have – this is going to be personal whether you like it or not.
Guys, I got to talk to you about something very important. I've been waiting all day to talk to you about it, and I'm going to do it right now regardless of what you say. I'm talking about firing up your Saturdays, okay? Because FanDuel has a boost you don't want to miss. It's called Boostin' with the Boys. and it's giving everyone a college football profit boost, all right? Every single week. So here's how it works. Each week, they're giving everyone a profit boost to use on college football. No opt-in, gymnastics, no invite-only nonsense. Everyone gets a boost. We're talking real games, real teams, real Saturdays with an extra payout on the line. It's easy, it's fun, and it's only on FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/Peter to download the app. Check out the Boostin' with the Boys offer and get in on the action. 21 and over in physically present New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. We have all of your phone calls, excited Yankee fans, plus we got football to get to. Oh, it's a hell of a day on Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Happy Friday, but not a happy ride out there on the roads no matter where you're headed. Especially tough on the belts eastbound in Queens. Crash in the right lane by Springfield Boulevard. Been out there for a couple of hours. You're pretty much at a standstill from JFK. Westbound said just a bumper-to-bumper ride approaching the Verrazano in Brooklyn from the Mill Basin Bridge. You stay on the brakes on the Staten Island Expressway westbound through to the West Shore. Heading over to the outbound George, only easy way to do it, Henry Hudson. Second choice West Side Highway northbound. Pockets of slowdowns there from the 70s. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Out here, it's football season, where nothing beats backyard grilling, gathering around the fire pit, and cheering on your favorite team with friends. The yard is mowed, the lights are strung, and the grill is warming up. Whether you need to fill up your propane, get a new grill, or even a generator, out here, it's game day. And we're ready for it. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Holding. Defense.
The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it is Tully time. No locals in action tonight. Yankees won't play until tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and the hockey locals are off until the weekend as well, so we've got nothing as far as the locals are concerned. But on ESPN proper, we've got 23rd-ranked BYU playing host to West Virginia at 10:30.
At 10:30.
10:30.
So after the date with the missus, come home, watch some football.
That's it. So that's what you. So I guess the date didn't go very well. The first thing you want to do is turn on a college football game.
Yeah, it didn't work out. You definitely ordered the wrong wine. Well, but that gives us a Friday night, right?
That's right. A Friday night with loved ones. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So
guys,
you want to hear.
This week is going to be difficult when it comes to our picks.
Oh, yeah?
Like, you know that I probably do way too much. I put too much effort into this. I probably shouldn't.
You do.
And if you look at my picks, I definitely.
It doesn't help.
It didn't do anything. I might as well just have my Beagle pick these for me. It probably do
Although,
better.
in our group, you're the Maserati. I'm a Pinto.
A broken Pinto.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It doesn't even work.
I think we're all Pintos. Just I have an engine that works. But, like, this week especially, this is not a good week. It's a tough week. So, later on, it'll be interesting to see if any of us are on the same page.
No, what we should do, all you got to do is the right thing and stack everything you have on the Cowboys. Maybe put not even your 3-point pick.
I don't like.
Can you put 6 points on the Cowboys?
I don't like picking the locals.
Well,
now,
what is that?
I did last week.
You got it. It's
wrong.
what you know best.
And I was wrong.
And you, Don, maybe we're misreading this, and maybe the fact that the line's only 2.5 tells us that the Jets are going to win outright. But I didn't see anything from the Jets this week that would make me think they're going to beat the Cowboys. Not that the Cowboys are good, but the Cowboys, it at least appeared in a couple of games, can certainly move the football.
True.
Cowboys have the better quarterback.
Yeah, that is
Cowboys
for sure.
have the better quarterback, but Vegas could be looking at the fact that Russell Wilson, who lost his job, threw for 450 yards against this defense.
Yep.
And so the Cowboys might get in a shootout. The Cowboys might find a way to win the game, but are they prepared right now to really blow anybody out?
They don't have to blow anyone out, Don. It's 2.5 points.
It's 2.5. You don't have to. Yeah.
As Don LaGreca would say, that's a pick 'em.
Yeah, the fact that it's under 3 makes the Cowboys a very sexy pick.
See, you didn't realize it, did you? Now you're hearing 2.5 and you're going, oh,
no,
yeah.
I knew it was
now
2.
It's dead sexy.
But, I guess that people are looking into the Gase was 0-4, and he got his first win against the Cowboys. And in 3 of the 4 games, the Jets have played to a point where a break here, break there, they can win in moral victory kind of deal. So at some point, does it all come together?
You would hope that they're going to get one eventually, right? And where's it going to – sometimes you don't even know when it's going to happen. But I hate when it comes to picking games, they give you history on a team when it comes to, like, against the spread. It's like, what is that? It's like totally different teams.
Well, what are you supposed to go on, man? Because who had
ago?
the Rams losing last night on their bingo card, okay?
Why did we
One
not
thing
touch
not covering the 8.5, but
we knew not to touch that game.
And we're in week 5. We knew not to touch it, but, dude, how many people are out now of their king of the hill or whatever you want to call it when
No, I'm not touching 8.5.
All right.
And by the way,
Thanks,
and I
Jake.
wasn't on
Jake.
the show yesterday, and late in the day, at like sun went down at 6:30, so the holiday's over. I go, let me go look at the pick and see if I could send it in time to the guys if I like it. And I looked at the second I saw 8.5, I went, oh, this is not. You'd have to be a psychopath. 2 division rivals that you're still trying to figure out. No chance in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but I see a couple interesting things on the board.
Okay.
There are a couple of things, but they
We'll
seem
get
like
to that.
traps too.
But speaking of NFL, before we get to the calls, Donnie, just one more thing, because everybody likes to correct us when we talk about football in New York, and they say you forget about the Buffalo Bills.
No.
They're a New York team.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Are they?
No, not a New
what
York
did they do
metropolitan team. Yeah, I saw it today. They're wishing the Blue Jays well.
Yeah.
So
our friends up north.
Yeah. So if they truly were a New York team, would they be wishing the Blue Jays well, or would they be wishing the Yankees?
You know
well?
what though? I'm very grateful that this happened.
Yes, thank you. That's it. That's the drop the mic moment.
We're done. We've had this fight 50 times, and now we never have to have it again because the Bills themselves said, "Thank you very much." And by the way, this isn't wrong. I'm not offended. The area that they're a part of is the Buffalo-Toronto area.
Right.
They're not a part of this area, and all they did was let the lunatics who don't know any better know, we are not a part of that area.
And the reason why, for people that don't know, and I've had the luxury of going up to Buffalo and calling games, okay, is that when the Rangers were up playing the Sabres, so I'm in a game in Buffalo, Peter, Sabres they play the Canadian and the American national anthem. That's how close they are to the border. Mm-hmm. So stop. Yeah, they happen to be in the same state as the Jets and Giants, but they're not in the same area. They're not in the same region to the point that they are wishing the Blue Jays luck. So done. It's over. Don't bring it up anymore. It's history.
You're dead to me.
It was stupid to begin with. We didn't need that.
No, it's different. It's a different area. It's not even that short a flight. It's colder. It's completely different. It's
on
not
the other side of the falls.
You would be better off saying, you know what? Peter should talk about the Commanders as much as he wants. It's the same market. Because DC's closer. I mean, the weather's at least the same right now at my parents' house as it is at my house. It's a different world, Buffalo and New York. What are people talking about? It's done. We move on.
It's over. Okay, so it's official now, right? Anybody ever brings it up again, they're banned.
Hang up. Done. No. Done.
Right. And I actually got an apology text from Jake Montgomery. Because remember, I gave Jake all kinds of heat because whenever he did like New York things, he would include the Bills and the Sabres, and I'd rip him for it. And finally, he realized the error of his ways.
Good man.
So
good man, Jake.
Hopefully,
now once he gets over putting up that horrible Aaron Judge whiteboard the other day, we can move on with our lives.
I don't think he's ever sent an apology to Allen for that.
I'm never letting him forget that. By the way,
yeah, Manny Ramirez is up there.
Jeez,
I mean, he was
doing
offended. All right, let's get to your calls on what happened last night. 1-800-919-3776. Let's dive right into it. Talk to Steve in Middle Village. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Steve?
Thanks for taking the call, guys. I appreciate it. I've been thinking about this since the summertime when Cam came up, and I looked at some numbers. Cam could play the same role with this team as Mel Stottlemyre did in 1964 when the Yankees got into the World Series. And let me go over quickly a few numbers. Cam was 4-3, 2.96 ERA, 73 innings pitched, 14 starts. Stottlemyre, 9-3, 2.06, 96 innings pitched, and 13 starts. Stottlemyre pitched in the World Series. He was one of the few people that ever beat Bob Gibson in the World Series. They are very similar in the role they played, since both of them came in during the summertime and kind of helped save the season for each team.
Now what you have to hope for, Steve, is that the Yankees don't go south the way the Mel Stottlemyre Yankees went south after his appearance in the World Series, because it got really bad after 64. But I hear what you're saying, man. I kind of thought the same thing last night, because that's all we ever heard about. Mel Stottlemyre was a hell of a pitcher, but just the Yankees weren't very good. But when he got called up in that 64 series and that 64 season, he contributed very well, and we'll see. We never got to see how good Stottlemyre could be because the Yankees weren't good, but the Yankees are not going to make it. They got kind of a turn. This could be something pretty big.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a good. I mean, he pitched. Think about this. He pitched games 2, 5, and 7. Now, Game 7 didn't go well, but in game 2, he went the distance. Got the win.
It's a World Series. This is the first round. That's why I said we got to see what happens here.
Yes, exactly.
Because if you lose to the Blue Jays, it's going to be a footnote, right? But if this ends up being the stepping stone, and if he goes out and pitches similar,
suck, right? It's a good point. I don't know which one of you said it, but this was too dramatic of a performance for it to just end like in a nothingness of a division loss, right? This feels like one of those magic moments along the way to something bigger. That's what it feels like, and that's what you hope it lives up to, that it becomes. And again, we won't know, but it certainly was one of those moments that made you feel like, okay, you can start to believe now that you got over this hump. But it only gets – I know you think they're going to the World Series, whoever came out of this series. The more you looked at the Red Sox, the more you realize that was a wounded animal. That was not a fully operational Death Star like we've seen in the past meetings in the playoffs with them.
Yeah, but you were still nervous going into the fourth in a scoreless game, right?
I wasn't nervous because of the Red Sox. I was nervous because of the Yankees. Yeah. That's what I was nervous about.
I tweeted earlier that Holy Schlit was such an easy choice for the Post. I got one sent back to me that was pretty solid from a listener, which I appreciate. Ain't that some Schlit? I thought was
it's not bad.
You got to get creative here, New York Post. You can do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was easy. They'll save the good stuff for later in the playoffs.
I guess because if he has another one, they got to dig deeper.
Let's go to Lewis in Poughkeepsie. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Lewis?
What's going on, guys? Big fan of the show.
Thanks, man.
And just to circle back to the Buffalo thing, people don't realize that both the Giants and, well, all three, the Giants, the Jets, and the Buffalo Bills are named after their areas, not the state. So it's New York City that the Giants are named after, not New York State.
Correct.
Anyway, you guys didn't want to be nitpicky before. I'm a huge Yankees fan. You guys didn't want to be nitpicky before. I'll be a little nitpicky. I'm absolutely ecstatic, happy. I'm with this team. I'm not at all critiquing the team. But this team has been on the door, right by the door, of winning a championship since 2017. It's about time. You need to get over the hump. This was too good of a story, dramatic win for you to just fizzle out in the ALDS. Please, just get after it. Get over the hump. Please, since 2017, it's been, this team is right there. It's right there. And speaking of the Bills, it's kind of like them too. It's just like after a while of them just going deep into the playoffs, you just kind of get like, hey, that's great. I'm so happy that they advanced. But the time has come. Get over the hump. Please, I want to see a championship. Everyone does, but I'm just so tired of them fizzling out. It's like, come on, man.
I thought about this. I haven't brought it up to Alan last night during the show, is that, by the time we hit the air again on Monday, we'll be 2 games deep into the Blue Jay series.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing how quickly. This is not like hockey or basketball, and certainly football, where you wait 1 week between games. I mean, we're going to be right at it again. Next time you hear from us, it's going to be whatever the series
1-1, 2-0, 0-2.
Really, and all this could be forgotten in a good way or a bad way.
Yep.
But championship. I said it, and I doubled down on it. But right now, the focus has to be on beating the Blue Jays and getting by there, because you got to beat the Blue Jays and then beat the winner of Seattle and Detroit and then beat whoever comes out of the National League. We got a long way to go here, gentlemen. Long way to go. But it's a nice first step that could have fizzled right out of the box. So I get you want a championship. I get you feeling it. But get ready. Buckle up, man, because even if you get there, there is going to be a roller coaster where times you think it's over and then they're going to take it back. And we're in for a strap in, man. It's going to be a long, bumpy ride. And you hope it's going to be fun. But years on your life will be absolutely shredded as you do this.
It's the best time of year and the worst time of year when it comes
and we get to this on the other side also, Dom, but how do we also feel now that one series is down? We speculated on how big this could be. And I originally said, if they had to play Houston, and if it ends up being that they start with the Red Sox and the Blue Jays and then in the end had to get through the Dodgers, it would be up there on in terms of impactful
I agree.
rivalry road filled with rivals. Be amazing.
Pelts on the wall, right, Pete? Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, think about it. I mean, of all the way it could line up, you could slay a lot of dragons here.
Yep.
Red Sox, Blue Jays. Maybe you get to shut the whole Cal Raleigh people up by beating him in the league championship series.
That would be
you get your revenge on Detroit when Jeter broke his leg, or you get the Dodgers.
No, you already got me. I want the Mariners. I want them. You know why? Because that does set up for Judge having a monster series in the LCS, And it really that changes. And by then we'll know, right? I believe by then we'll know the MVP.
Well, you know what it is, because you know what, if you're a Yankee fan, you know what you want. If Cal's going to win it and the Yankees beat him and knock him out, like when he's handed the award, he's going to want to throw up on it, right? Oh, look, I got the MVP! Yay!
Yay!
Anybody else beats him, he'll still take it home. It'd be great. But if he loses to Judge and the Yankees, it'll be like that would feel like the consolation prizes of all consolation prizes. Talk about participate. The first time the American League MVP would feel like a ribbon for participating. If the Yankees were to beat him.
Please give me that. I want that series
I've mapped it out, Peter. I've mapped it out for Allen.
I'm ready to go.
1-800-919-3776. More of your calls coming up. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Take you up until 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Fraud Alert Friday coming up at 4:30. Our picks at 5:45, ENN at 6. We got a full frontal today until 7 o'clock. And that's the way it's going to be moving forward, people.
Mm-hmm.
So look forward to
full frontal every day.
Until the Ranger season gets going. But their first game is Tuesday, and that's an 8 o'clock vehicle. So we'll be full there. So we'll be a while. And the next
I demanded it. I went to them and said, if it's up to me, please, I don't want any shows to end at 6:30.
Oh, you demanded some things once the show went 7 o'clock, but it wasn't that. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go. We lost them.
Who?
I hate that. Oh, because I did the work. We had somebody who was saying, well, look what happened when they brought Harvey to pitch the ninth inning in the World Series in 2015.
Oh, stop.
That was a 2-0 game. And it wasn't so much. It wasn't so much that Terry allowed him to pitch the ninth inning. He faced 2 batters. So the tying run came to the plate right after the first batter got on. But this was a non-save situation. So you could have had Schlittler start the inning, and if he allowed a couple of guys on, all right, then I will bring Bednar in, or anybody else for that matter. Just because I just didn't want to have Bednar pitch a third consecutive day and maybe compromise him for game 1. I think 4-0, the Yankees did have the luxury of kind of peeking at what was coming up next. At 2-0, no way. Because one mistake, the tying run comes to the plate. Can't afford to do that. But with 4-0, you had a little bit of wiggle room. So forget, we'd love to have him pitch a complete game. I would have just liked to save Bednar. Because, pitching 3 straight days and then maybe having to pitch on Saturday, that's 4 and 5. And plus, you want to use him up as much as you might need to use him 4 times in the next round. So that's all I'm saying.
It's apples and oranges, man. I mean, honestly, to stay on the same wavelength, that's low-hanging fruit. I can't come up with anything else. But everybody always goes to the Matt Harvey thing. Everybody goes to that. That was in the World Series in what must-win situation. Like that's totally different. I know this was must-win also, but it was the wild card round. So it's a little bit different.
Yeah, but still, it's an
everybody
amazing
goes to that
day.
one like it was like this egregious error. It was not an egregious error.
And
everybody would have done that.
And you could talk about there have been better pitching performances by the Yankees in the postseason. Don Larson pitched a perfect game.
I brought up Andy Pettitte.
But that was game 5.
On the road, though, Don.
And that's a veteran. I mean, we're talking about a kid in an elimination game.
Well, Andy Pettitte wasn't it was 96.
No, I'm saying what Schlittler did last night is going to be up there.
Oh, it's up there, but let's not make it the greatest ever.
If
it's in the conversation just because of who he was.
Yes.
If today were a Wednesday, I would ask Don Do you think a top 5 Yankee playoff performance list could be in your conversation?
Yeah, it would be in the top 5. Now you brought up Pettit. Pettit was young, but Pettit I think finished second in the Cy Young that year, and probably should have beat Hetkin, who won the Cy Young. This is a guy who made 15 starts. He pitched half the season. So there might have been better performances, but when you consider what was on the line and who he was, it's got to be in the top 5. No. It's got to be.
Clemens against the Mets. What do you have, like 15 strikeouts?
He's Roger Clemens.
But it's still an amazing performance.
No, but again, they're amazing performances, but you gotta bring in the extenuating circumstances.
All right, so you're saying
Roger
all
Clemens,
things, you're talking about all things on the table.
Yes, considering it all.
Yes. Yeah, probably one of the most unexpected.
Don, I've been informed that while you just promised that we'll be on the air full frontal for the foreseeable future, we are off at 6:00 on Monday.
That's
came up a tad short. Playoff baseball.
Not yet.
Well, listen, my head was in the right place. If I was running the place, we never
wanted it. He wanted to be.
I wanted it. So foreseeable future, though.
It's today. that's how far into the future you can see.
It depends on I don't. My foreseeable future doesn't have 2020. My foreseeable future has glaucoma.
Yeah, it's tough.
The older we get, the more we're just about to die. I
can't
can't worry about Monday.
So you're saying that email we get from John about the schedule is something I might take a little closer look at?
Only if you wanted to say something about the schedule.
But my heart was in the right place, right?
Completely. Oh yeah.
Most people complained about having to work longer. We were anxiously anticipating it.
Yeah, and then that's what you get for your trouble.
Although I got to say, 6:00 Monday ain't nothing. 1-800-919-3776. Chad on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Chad?
Fellas, it's Chad from Rocky Point. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Hey,
there he is. Just so you guys know, and it's pretty cool, now that you're on YouTube, you could be flipping through reels on Facebook and see Don flipping out. So awesome. Love it. I don't know if you know that.
It's nice. Listen, it's nice for us to be in the algorithm. You know what I mean? May it bring you us often.
Marco and Jalen sometimes end up on those reels, and I take the phone away. So it's nice to know that if I didn't take the phone away, they might run into me on there.
Eventually.
Just wait till your kids get older, Don, and you know Marco's going to hear from friends of his that is like, your dad yell at you like that?
Wow. And the answer is
oh, yeah.
What do you got, Chad?
Your dad's scary.
I just wanted to, you're talking about, the memory going, and I want to talk when Monday is 6:00. But anyway, point is, Cam Schlittler had a historic outing last night. We know that. I mean, it's history. You can't argue the numbers. They plastered it all over television. We got it. This morning, Dave said, if Schlittler goes in against Toronto and gets obliterated, it eliminates the aura of what happened last night and the impact or the story of it. What is your opinion? I'm going to shut up and listen.
Well, he's being that guy. That's ridiculous.
Well, he's countering. We were talking about you want to be able to make a run to make this seem historic. It's not going to be remembered as much, but I don't want to go that completely negative, but sure.
It's not Andy Chavez. I mean, give me a break. I mean, it's still an unbelievable performance against a historic rival in an elimination game.
Well, Andy Chavez, I bring up Andy Chavez because they lost that game. I bring up Robin Ventura because they lost that series. They won this series. It happened. It's always going to be big.
Thank you.
But if you want it to be like the chapter in the book, if you want it to be the cover of the DVD, you want to make a long run, if not win the whole thing.
Naturally,
that's the point.
But all right, I'll give you my background. Ready? Larry Johnson, 4-point play. Did they win the championship? No.
No, but at least won the series.
No, did they win? But the Yankees won this series. It's not about that. The Starks' dunk.
Dude.
Did they win that series?
But
did they?
The which one?
The Starks dunk, game 2. Went up 2-0. They lost the series.
Listen, I've always
Starks' dunk. People still talk about that to this day.
Dunk, but that's not the Larry Johnson. The Larry Johnson play is way bigger in Knick history than the Starks dunk.
But
the Starks dunk was just nice because of who it was against.
Yeah, of course. But it's still one of those things that it's a moment that you won't forget. No matter what happens in it. So it stands alone. That's why what Dave said, I disagree with completely. That performance by Schlittler stands alone no matter what happens from here on out. But I'm with you. If you want it to become an iconic moment on the cover of the DVD, yes, they got to go on now and finish the job, like the previous caller said. Get it done.
1-800-919-3776. More of your calls. Also, Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. Our picks at 5:45. ENN at 6. For now, a 7 o'clock vehicle on ESPN New York.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Jets football once again returns to MetLife Stadium. See your New York Jets face off against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, October 5th at 1 p.m., presented by Atlantic Health System.
Play action, bootleg out to the right, Justin Fields, and he will trot into the end zone with a misdirection touchdown.
Get your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
The post-crib assembly press conference brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
4:03 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York. We've got Fraud Alert Friday at the bottom of the hour. Our picks coming up at 5:45. But, boy, baseball's got to be salivating, guys, on these matchups. You got Yankees, Blue Jays. I know it's Canada and the rating, could be affected and all that, but that's a sexy matchup. They're not the rivals that the Red Sox are, but Allen illustrated that there's a history there.
If you hate the Yankees, you're rooting for the quote unquote little engine that could, right? That's what you're doing here. So that's why it becomes sort of the punchy Blue Jay team versus the Yankees. So if you're a Yankee fan, you're all in, and if you hate the Yankees, you're all in because you want to see them lose to this punchy Toronto team.
And the Blue Jays have a bunch of stars, recognizable faces too. It's Springer from his Astro days, and Guerrero for who his dad was, and all that. All right, so then you get Phillies, Dodgers. That's sexy too. That's old school as well. Like two of the best teams in baseball, huge markets. You got to be thrilled with that. I think the fact Cubs Brewers, divisional rivalry. You get the Cubs involved. All right, there's not a lot of selling on Mariners Tigers, but it's Detroit's a big market. Seattle kind of became a story with Cal Raleigh, so I think Major League Baseball's got to be thrilled with these matchups. And I didn't take a look at the ratings for the wild card, but most of the games were really compelling, down to the wire stuff. The way that Padre game ended was sickening, quite frankly. That strike zone was an absolute joke, and I can't wait for the challenge coming in.
Did you see the confrontation?
Oh, well, yeah, because
going to the dugout.
I mean, what are you going to do?
Crazy.
It's an old school building, but they're leaving, literally walking through the dugout for the Padres, and they let them have it. And of course, you're going to. Wow. Now we don't know what would have happened, but you're down 2 runs. The tying run's coming to the plate, and you were deprived of that. And a pitch that was a foot low and outside. I mean, it's a joke.
It is a joke. That's why. Yes, okay. ABS should fix that, but that's why I just feel like, why even bother? Just every pitch. Then you don't have to worry about it anymore. I know people like the human element, I get it, but then this goes away forever. There's never a doubt.
Well, the human element, did anybody like that outside of a Cubs fan?
No.
Right? And even if you're a Cub fan, you're like, we got one. So
right.
I don't know. But the games have been compelling. It's been fun. And I know we like to beat up on baseball sometimes, and I'm not the biggest Manfred fan, but I think he's probably thrilled right now with the matchups they got. They got the big bag Yankees, and people love them, hate them, but they're definitely a needle mover. And really good team. Detroit was great all year until towards the end of the season, right? And the Yankees are the Yankees. The Blue Jays were a great team all year, if not one of the best teams in the American League for most of the year. Seattle's a great surprise, and we're hot going down the stretch. I mean, if Philadelphia is a perennial winner, the Dodgers are the defending champions. I mean, they really, honestly, I don't think they don't have any duds. And Milwaukee's been the best team in baseball all year too. So there's really no flukes, no duds. I mean, this is kind of, I think, what you want.
But
let's not lie. It's all remove the Yankees piece from these rounds, and this all just gets much less attractive.
Of course it does. I
mean,
I appreciate Don for trying to sell it. I do.
Listen, the Red Sox have a national following. That would have been a hell of a series, too, Red Sox, Blue Jays.
Red Sox have a national following, but let's be clear. It's definitively Yankees adjacent, and what they definitively do not have is number 99. I mean, having the biggest star in the sport, no matter what team he's on, but especially when he's a Yankee. I'm not even being Yankee boy. It's just such a game changer.
I know.
And you know how many people hate – the beauty of the Yankees is they have so many fans, and they have way more haters than the Red Sox do. They have a nation full of people who treat them like Duke basketball, which makes it or the Dallas Cowboys, where you love to hate watch.
You know what? That historically, this could be a really fun conversation. Historically, you're right, but I bet you right now, the Dodgers are more hated. They've got a higher payroll than everybody by far.
Yeah,
they're
they got
well into the 400 million.
Yeah, no,
they've been buying stars forever.
Right. I wonder if it's affected the psyche though of people that much. You may be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but the Yankee thing is just so.
You got the Yankees calling the Dodgers the evil empire.
Yeah, which is cute.
There's a new villain in town, man. So I'm with you. Historically, people listen. The country doesn't have any love for New York, and you're right. You either love or hate the Yankees. You don't have a relationship where you can take them or leave them. But I tell you what, the Dodgers, I think, have hold my beer. People do not like the Dodgers, but even if the Yankees were not in this, you're right. It would be a tick less. But Red Sox, Cubs, Dodgers.
I want to ask you a question.
Those are pretty sexy teams, too.
I want to ask you a question that's a great preview for Fraud Friday. And I want to go deep into your psyche, Don. I really do. And I'm going to ask you to look deep into yourself in a way that, maybe you've never done before. This is like us doing this is like us doing ayahuasca in the woods.
Okay.
Okay? That's where I want to go.
Let me take a sip of coffee. That's the closest drug I have.
Yeah, that's the closest you get. Take a little caffeine in here. So I thought of this because you just said nobody's sort of in the middle on the Yankees, as I just said. Right. But then as we said that, I sort of thought about myself. And, of course, I grew up despising the team. And now because of my life and my relationship with Michael and the years on Yes and the amount of friends I know who live and die with this team, I mean, hell, I have an adorable photo I'll send you guys of Maya wearing a Yankee jersey. I don't care. Let her be a winner for her life. She deserves something good. Why should I saddle her with more losers? So I sit there watching the game over the last couple of days, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not indifferent on it. I definitively would prefer in a big moment for the Yankees to get the big hit, for them to score the run, for them to win the game, and for us to continue having a fun winning team to talk about. No, for sure. Yeah. Well, there's no question. Anthony, no need. We know who I am. My question, though, is for Don, who is such a lifelong Mets fan, but you've also stated many times you're completely an adult at this point. While you love the Mets, you weren't in the fetal position on Sunday. You move on and go to the next day. You're focused on the Devils starting next week, doing this show. So I ask you, Don LaGreca, lifelong Yankee hater, over the last 2 days, did you find yourself, are you still actually rooting against them? Are you completely indifferent? Or if you look deep down in yourself, when they have a good moment, are you actually a tiny bit pleased?
It's such a great question, Peter, and it just shows how well we've gotten to know each other over the last decade. It's something I've been grappling with these last 3 days. Because, full disclosure, my father hated the Yankees because he was a Dodger fan. And then I inherited that hate. And I always hated them because I was surrounded by Yankee fans living in North Jersey, and one of my best friends lived next door to me, Glenn Wojciechowski, big Yankee fan, would always rub it in my face when the Mets were terrible in the late 70s. Everything that makes me root against the Yankees was inherited. It's in my soul from my childhood. But everything right now makes me want to root for the team. First of all, right. I could text Aaron Boone. I'm not going to say I'm friends with the guy, but if I text him, he texts me back. He's a good guy. He's a nice person.
Right.
Sure. And I've gotten to know him. Do I want to see him lose? Like with Michael, I got a $10 check from Hal Steinbrenner to bet that I won with the Giants versus the Vikings in the playoffs in 22. I've met him. He's a really good guy. He owns damn team.
Our show was on in every office in that building for a decade.
And I'm telling you, everybody in that organization has treated me with the utmost respect and class, knowing that I was a Met fan, knowing my backstory and my history. Everybody. Hank. When I would see Hank when I would go to the stadium, he was always nice, loved the show. And the show's better if the Yankees are in it. Do you think, as much as I love football, get all pumped up for Giants, Saints, Jets, Cowboys? So it's giving us stuff to talk about. So I'm sitting there, and the instinct inside me is being disappointed that the Red Sox lost the game. But it's counterintuitive to everything that I feel about them right now. So it is something I'm grappling with. I am. I'm still working through it like an addict.
So you can't quite pinpoint what the feeling was? Like when they broke it open yesterday? Like, did you go, is there a little party? But yes, all right, we got another show. Let's do a show tomorrow.
It's never been positive. It's never been rooting for them. It's really
just maybe not rooting
finding
against.
myself not rooting against them like I did for the first 35 years of my life.
That's just growing up, Don. You're rooting for the show. You're rooting for you. That's what we all do.
And
you root for your
what?
story.
And
that's what it is. It's not, people can't understand it because they're sports fans. They have regular jobs. Like, they have real jobs. Like, we all know what we do is not a real job, right? But we know too much a lot of the time.
And you're
people have real jobs. They are disconnected from sports, so they don't have they don't have that kind of a connection that we do on a lot of these. Think about this. Cam Schlittler, right, from Walpole. You know who else from Walpole, by the way? Mike Milbury. So his family's from Massachusetts. They were Boston Red Sox fans. Now, I don't think they were real diehard Red Sox fans, but, I mean, the kid was a baseball player. They probably was a baseball family. The father played two sports, actually. The father's a police chief in one of the towns up there. There's a picture of him, the dad and the mom, with the son, wearing Yankees hoodies, standing next to their son.
Of course.
I'm sure they're not conflicted by now. You know why? Because it's good for the family business that their son did what he did.
Listen, I
against
got
their
everything.
hometown team. Who cares?
I got all my sports from my dad. He hated the Yankees, hated the Cowboys, hated the Jets, hated Joe Namath. I joked about one time, you were there, Peter. Joe Namath came into the studio while we were on the air and kissed me on the cheek. There was an earthquake in Saddlebrook, New Jersey, from my father spinning in his grave.
I know. I remember
but,
this moment.
But there was never a situation which Joe Namath would ever kiss my dad on the cheek. And you know what? If he ever did, I bet you my dad wouldn't hate the Jets as much because that means he got to know the guy.
Yeah.
But when you're that's the thing. I'm like you hate let's say you're a Met fan, hate the Yankees or whatever, and all of a sudden your next door neighbor is a Yankee and he's lending you coffee and milk when you're short and he's mowing your lawn when you're not home. You'd be like, "This is a good guy. I don't want to see him lose." Like it's what the luxury we have of being, thank God, in the job that we have, and we never take it for granted for a second, is puts us in very unusual situations, right? Where it kind of changes the narrative about how you really feel about things. When I was growing up, I didn't know any Yankees. Heck, I didn't know any Mets, but I knew I was a Met fan. I was supposed to hate the Yankees, and that's the way I conducted myself. The next thing I know,
I think that's why for me, as I've lived here longer and longer, my life has become a New York life. That's why the only team that it's like I will never have the Commanders are the only thing that are so locked solid that if the Commanders beating the Giants meant the Giants would cease to exist, I would root for the Commanders. Everything else, while I may have allegiances, you get older. Yeah, you work in this business a long time. Guys, I used to hate the Yankees. To describe the way I felt about the 2003 Yankees. Oh, my God. The way I felt about A-Rod, period. It's a different world now.
No, it's very difficult to put into words. And
you're rooting for the Yankees, though. Alan, what it sounds like to me
he's rooting for the Yankees. It sounds like he's definitely pulling for the Yankees to take this as deep as they possibly can into October.
I don't think you can say that.
Show. I think you are feeling don't want it to end. Strongly. I'm not saying you're rooting for the Yankees as the Yankees. I think you're rooting for what would be the show.
Yeah. And you're rooting for us not to have to talk about the Giants and Jets is what you're rooting for.
Well, that's the other problem. If the Giants were fantastic, if they were already if they were 4-0 and Jackson Dart already looked like he was going to win Rookie of the Year, then you'd be like, all right, let's get this thing over with so we can get it to the Giants. Like, you know that. But I think there is a part of you that is realizing that this is the better story. And the first thing I learned when I got into the business as a sports writer was you root for the story, and that's what you're doing right now. That's fine. I don't think anybody listening can relate to this.
No, and I think there's a lot of I
don't think
the reason I get called a fraud for taking the Ranger job. People can't relate to it.
No.
And again, I'm not saying we're better. We're just in a situation where
it's not relatable.
We're presented things. Listen, I grew up a Devil fan. I hated Leach and Messier and Richter and Graves. I got to tell you, I've met all four of them. I became friends with Graves. These are some of the greatest human beings on the planet.
Isn't it crazy?
I couldn't hate them anymore. They're nice people.
Crazy.
Adam Graves is, I swear to God, the nicest person on the face of the earth. He will do anything for you.
And he remembers you, which is crazy. Like you saw him more often, but it's incredible how quickly he remembers. Like, he is one of the saints on the earth. Yes.
When he scored the wraparound goal in '97, eliminated the Devils from the playoffs, I mean, I hated his guts. But then life takes you different avenues, and so
again, what Don's doing, everybody, has nothing to do with him being a fan. This is Don the businessman. This is Don who understands business. So what Peter's pointing out is not relatable to you, but don't get mad at Don because right now he is sort of a Yankees fan, but not for the Yankees, for the story.
No, but wait a minute. I just said to Peter,
I'm going to get you
I'm grappling with because I'm not even all the way there.
I think you're right.
It's just
you know what, Don, you're one bump away from a full addict.
Well, I don't do coke. 1-800-919-3776. Let's go to Jeff on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, how you guys doing? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Cool.
I really value you guys' opinion, and I wanted to ask you guys a question about something that's bothering me since we won yesterday.
Okay.
So, you guys know that the manager of the Blue Jays and the manager of the Angels are the two managers that never pitched to Judge. So, do you guys think this weekend, is he going to pitch to Judge this weekend? Or if he doesn't, what do you guys think that Boone should put behind Judge to make a difference.
He's got the best thing. He's got the best thing to put behind Judge.
Thank you,
man.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't think. You guys don't think that in a playoff series you're not gonna walk him intentionally? Every time. They did it.
Depends what Judge starts doing.
Gibbons, I remember earlier, he doesn't hesitate to walk him, but that's when he's sizzling. Again, it's October. I think. Look, if I love Judge, but if I'm in the opponent, I'm also saying his numbers tell me he struggles this time of year. I'm going to make him beat me. Like I'm going to let him show me that he's going to be that dangerous of a hitter before. I won't do it in maybe games 1 and 2. Maybe later in the series, if he's red hot, you do it. But I don't think you do it now.
There's no bravado. If the situation calls for it, they'll walk him. Now, are they going to walk him leading off an inning if Bellinger's smoking? Now, Bellinger might is that ankle? We heard anything? It looked like he kind of tweaked the ankle last night. But, you've got Bellinger. You've got Stanton. Guys, options behind him.
Right.
So remember, Judge was getting walked a lot a couple of years ago during his record run because the Yankees didn't have anybody else, right? Yeah. So burn me, and nobody could. But there's Bellinger's good. Stan, we know not so much this series, although I didn't love him not running that out, but maybe he just couldn't run it out when he thought he hit the home run early in the game.
He was celebrating.
We know how good he is in the postseason usually, so you got to be careful. But, guys, there's no bravado. If there's a runner at second base and 2 outs and first base is open and Judge is scorching the ball, they're going to walk him.
Of course.
And that's the right move to make.
But I think he was asking, does he do it the whole series?
Like for game 1 at bat 1?
No, Bellinger's too good. Stanton's too. This offense is too good to do that. I mean, I know they struggle at times and all that, but if Rice is going to be the way he's been, Stanton as he normally is in the postseason, Bellinger as good as he's been this year, these are the options that would be batting behind Judge. You're going to get burned, man. You're going to.
Donnie, you got to take Lou. You got to take Lou, Donnie.
Let's go to Lou in Manalapan. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Lou?
This. Hey, guys.
What's up?
Love you guys, obviously. But I wanted to get into what you guys were just talking about with Don. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a diehard Met fan. I have a lot of serious Yankee fans around me at all times, and we argue for most of the season. I actually work in the broadcast side of the business. So, recently in the past couple of years doing this, I kind of have this, this devil on my shoulder, going against my inner Met fan saying you really need the Yankees to win for your top dollar for you to work and experience cool things like the World Series. So I totally get what Don's saying, where he's rooting. You're not rooting for the Yankees, Don. You're just rooting for the fact that the show will be much better considering how bad our football teams are.
I think what you're doing is you're putting building blocks together, right? Like when I was a kid, there was no positive in the Yankees winning. Now there's some things, that's why I say I grapple with it. There's still positives for them losing because of how I grew up, but then you keep looking at, well, there's more to talk about. And I kind of know some people that'll be
how does it affect your life? When you were
now,
a kid,
is it even?
It didn't affect your life.
Is it even? It may not be even. Will it ever get to the point where the pros outweigh the cons? I don't know. That's why we're grappling with that. But what Michael said, it was one of the great things Michael ever said. I'm rooting for me.
Yeah.
That's what you're ultimately doing. What is best for me? As young Don LaGreca, it was great to walk into school with all those Yankee fans and see them suffer. That was good for me. That was fun. That's why I wanted to root for that to happen. All the guys that would pick on me because the Mets were awful, they got their comeuppance, and that made me happy. But now as life goes on, you start to look at it and say, what is better for me? What puts me in a better situation? And that's what you end up grappling with. So we'll get there. I don't think I'm definitive either way. It's really just kind of cold business, honestly. Yep. There isn't a lot of fan in me when it comes to baseball, when it comes to these types of situations, because it's something I'm going through. I need better help. I wonder what they would say to me, Peter.
It's a great question.
I wish the timing was better for this.
You wish I had a read right now, and I don't.
I'm being honest. This is kind of where I'd be on the couch talking about it.
Lean into your feelings, Don. That's what I say.
Yeah, I think. You know what I think a therapist would say? If this is what's taking up your time, congratulations. Life is going exceptionally well.
This is what I do for a living. It's what I do for a living. So
but
the
it's
fact
still,
that
if
it's
this
taking up
is
this much
mission.
time is a good thing. That means I'm doing the right prep.
That's exactly right.
It's so interesting that the next segment is Fraud Alert Friday. Maybe I should be called on the carpet
That's
for
right.
it, but I'm the judge this segment. So let's hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. Peter's got all the emails already. So let's do it. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg take you up till 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a rough ride over at the Whitestone Bridge in both directions, heading across the Upper East River. Police department activity slowing you down on the Bronx side. No easy way to the outbound, George. Not even the Henry Hudson going to help you out. Cross Bronx westbound, just slammed from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound, George, about 15 to 20 for the upper deck, lower level in pretty good shape. Outbound, Lincoln already about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound, Holland close to a 45-minute ride. Over in Jersey, 78 westbound, not moving much, heading over to 287 in Bedminster. Roadwork has you down to one lane, going to stay that way throughout the weekend. Traffic is jammed there from King George Road in Warren. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
What if you could instantly find whatever you need exactly when you need it? We're talking everything from parking spots to holiday gifts to the perfect shoes in your size. Think of all the time you'd save. While you may never instantly find these things, if you're hiring, you can find qualified candidates right away with ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to find top talent, and their advanced resume database lets you unlock top candidates' contact info instantly. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGreca.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Do you ever really process, Alan, how great "go scratch yourself" is?
That's old school.
That is very old school.
Actually,
I'd never
a friend of
mine's dad used to say "go scratch." He wouldn't even finish it. Just go scratch. That was his big thing.
There were the kick rocks people.
Yeah.
And then there was the go scratch people.
Yeah. Well, scratch was just covering up for what you really wanted to say. You just couldn't say it.
Right.
Now, a man who is, I think Don has accused of being a fraud before, but certainly one thing he's not a fraud of is his wrestling fandom, is Don's great brother, Dave LaGreca. Now, Dave famously, last WrestleMania season, got into a thing with The Rock because Dave had, actually it's 2 WrestleMania seasons ago, because Dave had these really strong feelings about The Rock story, and Dave went off on The Rock, and then The Rock commented, and The Rock actually did a post where he included things Dave said in it. Anyways, they ran into each other at Sirius yesterday and were able to have a moment. By the way, I got to tell you, Don, your brother's a horrible texter. He's worse than you.
Why?
He's just irregular. He's Alan. He's another one of these green phones that just you never feel like, did the text even get there?
You don't know.
He replies in hours, days later.
Peter,
Anyways,
do you know anybody that's a green bubble that is a good texter?
I do. I do, but I
don't.
do, but I will tell you, it's definitively less frequent. It's weird. It's very
Ray Santiago.
Yeah, raise a consistent green.
Yes.
There you go. So Don, I called you. I did a very funny thing on my show today though about your brother. So Dave meets The Rock, and Don, we saw your brother wearing his crazy pink robe at WrestleMania a couple years ago.
Yes, in Philly.
And because the robe is what he wore in the rant that Rock posted, Dave gifted Rock the robe on site at Sirius yesterday. To which I went off on my podcast about, because obviously Dave's been making a huge thing about this, and I just said, what kind of lunatic is Dave LaGreca? The Rock is the biggest star in the world. Dave, Alan, what is he going to do with a robe all day? It's not Don. It didn't make it past the first trash can on 49th Street.
I was saying, if you want that robe, find the trash cans around Sirius. It's in there.
And by the way, The Rock
but
is
I kind of like it though.
It's sort of more ceremonial.
It's aggressive though.
It's aggressive. It's on
think
brand.
About it. It's like
all the
Now
listen,
you'll always remember.
Oh, it's all the things. And by the way, and then Rock reposted it, and is such a good wrestler, and by that I mean actor and liar, that he said how meaningful it was to him as he was probably dropping in the trash. Anyways, I had some fun, but shout out to Dave LaGreca. You can find it on social media on all the Sirius XM and Busted Open channels. Now, for Fraud Friday, we have emails galore, including a Devils fraud right out of the gate, which I think is appropriate considering Don's Devils career officially launches next week. Here we go. Don, first time, long time. Born and raised in Boston. Always rooted for the Bruins, Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox, and of course, the GOAT, John Cena. But I've been living in Jersey the past 10 years. My wife took me to a Devils-Rangers game back in the day. And when the Devils scored, they hit that Ric Flair, woo! And I've been hooked ever since. I'll still root for Boston if they're on, but when it comes down to it, I'm black and red all day. So tell me, am I a fraud or not? Brian from Jersey.
Well, why did you even bother asking? Of course you are. And I get it's probably a zipper decision and all that.
Oh, my God.
But, you know,
I've never
still,
heard
you
that.
were a Bruin fan, and now you are a Devil fan. What other way can I rule? Done. Fraud.
So we go to Lee, I'm not sure. Anyways, he signed it L. Michael. So, am I the only one with a problem constantly seeing the camera showing Jimmy Fallon at Yankee Stadium? How can he be a Yankee fan when he came out with Fever Pitch? To be clear, the problem isn't the movie itself, but did he have to do the extra filming by following the Boston Red Sox team at the end of the 2004 run? He celebrated with the team on the field when they won the World Series. I don't care if he was playing a character when he was making out with Drew Barrymore on national TV amongst Red Sox players partying. If there was a Yankee Pope, he would be removed from all Yankee fandom. So, I don't just say fraud, I say excommunicate. L. Michael.
No fraud. And the reason no fraud is he wasn't that big a sports fan. Kind of followed the Yankees because he was in New York and it's a thing to do. It was in the script, guys. Alan, you told the story during our meeting that it was supposed to end with another heartbreak for the Red Sox, but because they made the run, they incorporated him kissing Drew Barrymore on the field in St. Louis into the script. Well, listen, Jimmy Fallon, that was 20 years ago. Jimmy Fallon was a pretty big star, but not enough to be able to dictate where the movie was going to go. And if he said, I don't want to do it, they'd find somebody else to do it. Now, if you were a diehard Yankee fan, bled pinstripes, I'd say fraud all day. But, Alan, you educated me that he was not really a sports fan. Kind of just followed the Yankees because he was from New York. So let him do what he wants to do. He's not a big sports fan. Done.
It's a gig.
It's a gig.
Did a job. And it just happened to work out that year they wanted to get some real action, like real game action. And they figured follow the Red Sox in the playoffs, the inevitable loss will come and the heartbreak will come. And they wanted to write that into the ending. But it didn't end that way because history happened and they were caught up in it. Like, oh, the hell with it. And they just that's the movie wasn't supposed to end like that. But because they were granted that kind of access, they used it. Now, I agree with you in that way because I don't think he's a real, like Jake just said this and he's right. In Gone Girl, Ben Affleck wouldn't wear a Yankee hat.
Yeah.
He was
because
supposed
he's
to be
a diehard fan.
Wouldn't do it. He wore a Mets hat. So that's different when you can make that kind of a choice. But the movie was literally about you being a Red Sox fan and a heartbroken Red Sox fan, one that is beaten down and used to losing all the time, but you always come back year after year. That was the whole idea. The sad sack loser fan of a loser franchise. It just so happened that history was made while they were shooting the film, and that's why it ended the way it ended.
But yeah,
but
bottom
I don't
line
think
is
he's a real fan.
He's from New York. It's kind of a moot thing. He's from New York. He's a whatever fan. I get why it bothered people. It makes sense. But Don's really makes sense. Let's take a break from emails. I want to get back to email, but we have Wayne in Charlotte who has a Fraud Friday question. Wayne, let's bring Wayne on.
How you doing?
Good. You got the judge, Don Greco, right here. Go ahead.
All right, I appreciate you welcoming me into the courtroom, fellas.
Yes.
I heard Alan and Don talking about if their child played for a rival team, that they would go in. So now, I'm from Queens, New York, and I'm friends with Obi Toppin. That's Obi's father. He used to play for a couple of teams I had back in the day, and probably known him since he was a teenager. So my question is, do we call fraud on the Obi Toppin Sr. for being on the floor in the Eastern Conference Final in a Yesers T-shirt celebrating with his son?
No, of course not.
No.
That's blood,
No
man.
fraud.
Now, if you
I'm
want to
just
say
checking.
he's a fraud by the letter of the law, well, I can't think of a better reason to be a fraud. Right?
Exactly. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
But come on, man. Like, I used to joke around. The story was that on the K show years ago, Aaron, I said that if my mom was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, I would want her to be decapitated by Michael Strahan. Something to that.
I remember that quote. Yeah.
We had to cut. I don't know if you're going to be able to find
Wasn't
it.
it your grandmother?
Need for therapy.
I think it
And
was
my
your
grandmother called me that night. How dare you talk? That's your mother.
Yep.
And I'm like, Grandma, I was just having fun. No, you don't talk about your mother that way. Because God love my grandmother. I miss her dearly. No sense of humor.
By the way, you've accused your mother of the same.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right?
Right, sure.
So, but those are performative things that you say, whatever, just to try to accentuate the fact of how much you hate the other team. But come on, if Marco ever became an Eagle or became a Cowboy, what are you going to do?
So I guess then Wayne's question would lead perfectly into this email I have.
Go ahead.
Says, guys, quick one here, but I think we need a ruling on Schlittler's parents. All grew up outside Boston, all Red Sox fans. Dad, police chief, said he converted his parents to Yankee fans. Not being harsh here because, of course, it's a great day for the Yankees, but, I mean, his parents are kind of frauds now, no, since they converted to Yankee fans. I'm not saying they should be bad parents and root against them. I'm just saying kind of frauds, no?
But how else are you supposed to act? Now, we talk about how Dave Rosenberg has said that if Ben ever became a Cowboy, he would root for him to lose, but just rooted for him to play well. And we think that's insane.
It's insane.
So that's the answer. Because even if your son played well, like let's say if I use that tact, like, you know what, I want Cam to pitch well, but the Yankees to lose the game. How is Cam going to feel after the game? Happy that he pitched well or disappointed that his team didn't advance? And then to see his parents smiling because the Red Sox, that you have really no blood connection to, advance to the next round, you should have the child taken away. But unfortunately, Cam's not old enough for that to be, or too old to be in that conversation. Come on, guys. All right, listen, I'm all for having the fraud conversation, but when you're talking about blood, you're talking about family.
Well, now that I have a child, I can tell you that if there's not one thing I'm associated with that if Maya's success would mean the ruin of that thing that I was associated with, I'd still be rooting for her to do it and ruin the entire other thing. So if Maya got a job at the Fan doing afternoon drive, I'd be rooting for her to beat us in the rating. Like, it's just, I'm sorry, it's performative by Dave. Let's be honest, it's completely performative.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't know.
Why are we still doing this though? When it comes to family and parents, especially parents,
the parents to kids thing. There's no way.
Doesn't make sense. Like the kid just realized his dream. And oh, by the way, this is how Boston Schlittler is. Not only did he grow up there, he went to Northeastern.
Wow.
Like he never left, right? Like he's been there. But you know what? When he got drafted, that's when he wanted to be drafted by the Yankees. The story goes is he saw what the Yankees did with pitchers, and he wanted to be part of that. And that's why, like, he saw the business of it and thought, this is better for me.
Well, you also don't get to choose where you go, right? I mean,
but it's, as far as like the goal though was to be drafted by the Yankees. That's a
nice story to help blue wash the Red Sox history.
I don't know about that. I think when you have scouts and you know scouts are looking at you, they talk to you, and you're just like, yeah, I really want to go. Like, yeah, that's
this could be a better place to go than
this
others.
This is the great thing. So when they took, he's like, all right, I wanted that.
I'm sure he wouldn't have cried if he went to the Red Sox.
Yeah, family court's down the hall to the left.
But there's also, like, to me, we've got to get beyond this whole idea that because, like, again, Don, I think you might have said this. The team doesn't care about you. They don't care. You're just a person in the building. You're just somebody wearing a hat to them. They've got millions of fans. They don't care like you apparently care about them, which is fine. That's the fun thing about sports. That's our connection. But family is family. My son realized his dream, and now he's playing for this team. And I'm all about my son's success and that team's success. There's nothing more to talk about.
Of course, there's nothing more to talk about. I mean, I don't want to take the fun out of it. but it's a fact. I mean, listen, we call people frauds because they selfishly make a decision to say, I'm tired of the losing, or I don't care. I'm going to change allegiance for a girl, or I'm going to change allegiance because, for a stupid reason. A stupid reason is not your son playing for that team.
No, that's a very good reason.
Or your son become the general manager or head coach of the team. Come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good night. It's totally true.
The zipper key is the best way to put it. Those types of frauds are the ones that are intolerable.
Let's in the future, let's eliminate the family conversation.
Yeah, that's out.
All right, we feel we've solved. Unlike the Jersey conversation, which still has a lot to be worked out, the family situation has been worked out. Yeah. That'll do it for Fraud Friday on this Friday, October 3rd.
That was a lot of fun. 1-800-919-3776. There's a lot more on the bone for the Yankees, but we also have to talk about the Giants, who have a chance to go to 2-3, get a little closer to 500. Will the Jets finally get their first win against the Dallas Cowboys? We've got our picks coming up at 5:45. We got ENN at 6. We're taking you up until 7 o'clock right here on ESPN New York.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Hey! My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad.
911, what's your emergency?
That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has all the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats right at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy teams synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
So Yankees advance. They are now in the second round against Toronto, and that will begin tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So if you're still in the euphoria of advancing and haven't really focused yet on Toronto, 4 o'clock game 1 Saturday and 4 o'clock on Sunday on 880. So you'll be able to hear both of those games on 880. Games 3 and 4 have not been announced time-wise, but they'll be actually, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be games 2, 3, and 4 back here in New York. And the Yankees that I've seen so far have not announced a starting pitcher. I guess it would be Heel, right? I mean, that would be how I guess you would line it up.
Blake said it's either going to be Heel or Warren. They haven't decided.
So Heel or Warren are with the two decisions they have to make. I mean, part of the problem, and God, the wild card is so punitive, even for the winners. Because we can make the case, guys, that the bye has hurt teams because it's the longest break they've had. They have not played since Sunday, like almost a week. That's longer than the All-Star break.
Yep.
So sometimes it's tough to get going, but they get to line up their starters. The Yankees come in 1 day off and have to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Toronto's that hard, but you got to go through customs. It's a pain in the neck.
They flew today, yeah.
But they flew today, and it's not that big. But their off day is they're flying to the game. Not a big deal, not a long flight.
It's what they do all season, though, right? Like it's almost like you're in a rhythm of that,
right? But you're
Sometimes
you're going in to game 1 of this really important. It's a best of 5. So best of 7s. Game 1's important, but it's not. That's not crazy. But you'll go in. Still haven't made a decision who your starter's going to be, and Gausman's going to be their guy. And then you figure it would be Fried on Sunday, right? Because he pitched on Tuesday. Right, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so he would be on normal rest there. But you're not going to be able to pitch your ace in the first game. And now Cam's become a conversation. When is he available to pitch, right? Because that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, so he's not going to be pitching until possibly game 3, right? So it does give, at least strategy-wise, an advantage to Toronto. We'll see if the layoff harmed them. But you can make the case, too, guys, that they might have needed the layoff. They got off the mat sweeping the Rays to hold on to the division, but they were not playing their best baseball in the final few weeks. So maybe they needed that break, Alan and Peter. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but coming out of the wild card, not being able to set up your rotation, not getting any rest, at least on the surface feels like it's a pretty huge disadvantage.
You could say that. I don't know. I feel like they're just kind of in the rhythm of what a regular season was like. Like, I don't think, like, the time off can sometimes also hurt you as a team, but if you are a team that's banged up, it could help you. And yes, it does set up a little bit. They're throwing Gausman in game 1. Okay. At least it's not a lefty. Like that. I don't look at that as much as, I just think matchup wise is something, but it's going to be interesting to see what Boone does with the starters, though, like you said. because if you go heel or Warren, which you'll probably, for Saturday, and then Sunday, is Fried ready? Because Fried pitched Monday, Tuesday, right? So he should be good to go Sunday.
He should be good to go on Sunday.
And then Game 3 is not till Tuesday.
Right. So then that could still
that's
line
your
up.
Choice,
that's
Rodon, right?
Or Schlittler. So now Cam's brought himself into the conversation.
Right.
As a possible Game 3 starter.
Yeah, Tuesday gives you how many days off? 5 days off, right?
Right. Yeah, because he pitched on the Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday would be the 5th day.
Yeah.
But you also don't want to mess. But see, this is where you also kind of get screwed up. Is that now somebody's going to have to go on long rest because whoever you decide to go with, the other guy now is going to get the longer day.
Yeah.
So
Cam Game 4 is a little less of a wait though than Rodon is literally a full week.
Right. So I really don't know. What's
interesting too, Don? Like either one can work because you think about it too, right? Like 3 and 4, you're home, and so again for the young guy, it's good to do, right? But Fried, I also prefer. I know this sounds crazy. You want to have Game 1 and all that stuff, but I kind of prefer my ace in a Game 2 because one way or another, I kind of feel like that's one of those you got to get this game because if you lose Game 1, you need it. And if you win Game 1 on the road, well, now you want to take a commanding 2-0, right? So I like my ace in Game 2 in a short series like this,
right? Because it's split or kill shot, right? Like 1-1 or up 2-0
on the road. Now if I'm home, different, but on the road,
because you come back home up 2-0.
Oh,
so you love that. You'd love to go, wow, I got freed in Game 2 after we took Game 1. Or, hey, at least I got freed in Game 2 after we lost Game 1. So I understand the logic there. So I don't think it's that huge of a disadvantage, although I think if the Yankees had the bye, Fried would be in Game 1. So you are taken out of what decisions you normally would make.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fascinating series. Should be a lot of fun. And like I said, it's crazy. Sometimes you get, like, in the NBA and the NHL, like a week off between rounds.
Yeah.
The Yankees had 1 day off. You went from the euphoria of a Game 3 win to now, bang, Saturday afternoon, less than 48 hours. You're going to be in Toronto, living and dying, at least a little bit more of a margin for error in a best-of-5 series. But it still makes Game 1 pretty important. 1-800-919-3776. We got calls lined up. Room for some more as well. We've got our picks at 5:45, ENN at 6. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 here on ESPN New York.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
Like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Rough ride on the FDR Drive southbound. A crash in the right lane by the Brooklyn Bridge. Add that to the volume. You're jammed there from the Triborough on down. Not moving much on the LIE eastbound in Queens. Accident in the right lane right before the Grand Central. Solid slowdowns from right out of the Midtown Tunnel. No easy way to the outbound Georgia aside from the Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound. Pockets of slowdowns from the Intrepid. Inbound George just about 5 to 10 for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln going to run you about 45 minutes. And once you're in Jersey, you crawl on 495 westbound because of a crash right before the Turnpike Eastern Spur. Not much better at the outbound Helena Stoll in the Tube. Going to run you close to an hour and a half. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Talk about stepping up.
It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
I like when he holds it.
No locals in action tonight, but if you got a hankering for some college football on ESPN proper, 23rd-ranked BYU plays host to West Virginia, and that'll be at 10:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So the Yankees advance. Cam Schlittler with one of the great performances ever in his 16th major league start, first in the postseason. Pitches an absolute gem, 12 strikeouts, no runs over 8 innings. Yankees win, and now have to take on a Toronto Blue Jay team that, give them credit, swept the Rays while the Yankees were sweeping the O's and held on to first place because of the tiebreaker. But these are two evenly matched teams. We just went over before the break. There are advantages and disadvantages to having the break, but Toronto is home. But I just felt from the very beginning of these playoffs that if the Yankees had beaten the Red Sox, they were going to go. The Blue Jays have not shown me the ability to win in the postseason. They almost wet the bed down the stretch and only had the tiebreaker to fall back on in order to hold on to the division. The separation between these two teams, like, literally is razor thin considering where they finished in the standings. But for all the Yankee losing in the postseason, guys, they did go to the World Series last year. All right? And they have won series, and they just picked up a huge series against the Red Sox after dropping the first game. That doesn't happen since they instituted this. Forget about the COVID year. In 22, when we went to this format, you lose the first game, you're done. You're cooked. And they got up from the mat, and not only did they force a game 3, but they won it going away. So they've got the momentum, and I really feel like this is a team that can go on a serious run. No disrespect to Seattle or the Tigers, but clearly now that the next tough step is the Blue Jays. But I think the Red Sox, because of the history, because of a lot of different extenuating circumstances, made I thought the Red Sox a tougher matchup than the Blue Jays. So I'm sticking to my guns. I think this team is going to go to the World Series, and we'll see if Toronto can prove me wrong.
I got to correct something that I said because I'm fighting it today, boys. I'm a little under the weather.
I'm sorry.
What the hell's going on?
I slept till 10, by the way. I never do that.
Good
like
for
so,
you.
but I'm like, I keep saying John Gibbons. It's obviously John Schneider, but like the
Gibbons
whole
was
idea
let go
of
by
how
the Mets
they.
today.
What's that?
Gibbons was let go by the Mets today.
Yeah, no, that's probably why it was in my mind. But
yeah,
how they attack the Yankees, because it's always about the manager matchup. And Cora, well, we were singing his praises after, of course, Game 1. And I actually, again, I give Cora credit for knowing his team and the situation they were in. He was keeping that team together with all the injuries they had. I mean, he was doing everything he could with duct tape and gum, right? So he was trying to win Game 2, chips to the middle of the table. Whitlock was out there, and he was going to just wring him dry and hope he could get him to Chapman. It didn't happen. That's why, like, now I'm looking at this series and saying, okay, there's a lot about the Yankees that you can exploit, right? And that's where I want to see, does it – what Cora tried to expose in the wild card series, which he didn't have enough time to do, there's still a lot of things about the Yankees that in the underbelly are issues with this team. Bullpen, obviously, get to it as soon as you can. And also make them play defense. I give the Yankees credit. Their infield defense was really, really strong.
Brilliant.
Jazz made some great plays. Volpe made some great throws. There were things that they were giving us in that series that for the better part of the second half of the regular season, you weren't getting that. They were a little shaky, right? It was the Red Sox that were making more of the mistakes in the field. So I am curious now, and I don't want to take anything away from the win. So please don't take it that way. I'm not being nitpicky. But still, you're playing a legit team now, right? What are they missing? Bichette? Like, they really – this series is still something to watch from the Yankees as far as their weaknesses being exploited, because that's what you want to do. And on top of it, do they show the power that they need to win a series? They didn't need to go to the power too much in this series against the Red Sox, but I think to win the series against Toronto, they're going to have to be that power team they've been all season. You're going to need to see the long ball, and guys like Stanton can't have the series that he just had.
No. It is funny, right? We haven't spent a lot of time talking about it, that it seemed like from the second this series started, while we never saw the power from Judge, he was just on the ball from the second this series started. And ironically, Stanton just hasn't been there at all. I mean, he's been the exact opposite.
You could see he's
some
struggled.
bad at-bats in there, Alan.
Yep. Yeah, you can see he's struggled. Again, it's testing Judge's arm. How many times are they going to do that? This is a feisty little heart. Like, they get on the base paths. They like to mess with you. They want to test the fact. Ben Rice, can he throw anybody out at second base if he's going to be behind the plate, which I'm sure they won't put him there. They won't do it. But there's little things like that will they be exploited at the worst time in a series like that? Those are all the things to watch. Yeah. Toronto's on the bases a lot, and they love to just put pressure on you defensively, make the right play, and that's the kind of stuff that can really unravel a team if you're not on point. They got to be on point. They got to be ready for – this is going to be a little bit of not a brawl, but it's definitely like that's a feisty team, and this is some comeuppance right now. Like, they feel like let's take out the Yankees, and that gives them the bravado of feeling like we have now finally arrived.
And, the Red Sox, they struck out 30 times in the series. So they did not put the ball in play the way the Blue Jays will put the ball in play. So the Yankees did have stellar defense in the series.
Oh, yeah.
But there's going to be way more balls in play than you saw with the Red Sox. And they're going to fight. They're going to work counts. They're just they're a well-oiled machine. We saw it during the course of the regular season. And they're the type of team like the Dodgers did in the World Series, like the Blue Jays did during the regular season. They'll try to expose that. And the Yankees are going to have to be, pretty buttoned up in order to win this series. And even though I think the Red Sox had their moments, they hung around. They won Game 1. They almost won Game 2. They had, a 3-3 tie going into the 8th inning. And last night was a win going away, guys, but still the Yankees scored all 4 of their runs in 1 inning against a kid opener, making his 5th major league start.
Oh, actually, it was pretty good. I give it early
I thought he was great. I mean,
Sweeper was a killer.
And the bullpen, they were obviously smoked, the bullpen, after the last couple of days, and that's what's so unforgiving about the wild card with no days off, 3 consecutive games. And the Yankees still have issues offensively. They scored just the 1 run in Game 1. All 4 of their runs came in 1 inning last night. So the home run hasn't been there, which is a bad thing. But it's also a good thing because they have strung hits together. They have gotten 2-out hits. So that's good. That's going to be a help. But this team scores their runs when they power it over the fence, and you're going to need to see that. As good as Judge was, 0 for 3 last night, but he was 4 for 8 going in to the game last night. Still looking for a home run, but he's still been good, pretty clutch. But now this becomes the scary time for Judge. He's always been good in the wild card round, always. Over a 350 hitter in the wild card. It's now the divisional round and the league championship series, and then last year the World Series, where he kind of gets exposed a little bit offensively. So it really is going to be about him getting everybody else going. Is Bellinger's ankle okay? Is Stanton just a bad matchup with the Red Sox, or maybe is he feeling it a little bit? Because we count on him so much, but he looked lost in a couple of key at-bats in the series against Boston. These are the things that are going to be important, because I think they're going to have to score some runs here against this Blue Jays team, and they're going to have to stay as buttoned up as they were in the Boston series if they're going to beat Toronto.
What are you predicting?
Well, I said the Yankees are going to the World Series. I think the Yankees in 6.
In 6?
4. Exactly.
Yeah.
I said 6 because I'm so used to no.
That'd be amazing.
That's the best. At least somebody had to correct me. I caught myself. I think the Blue Jay. When you look at the history of this wild card, it seems like the team with the momentum is in better shape than the rested team.
Okay.
Like the rest versus rust situation. I think it ends up being more rust for the team. That's a long break, man. Well, how much you get the All-Star? You play Sunday and Friday.
I get it.
It's the same thing.
But the build-up,
another All-Star break.
There's an animosity that I think is one way in this matchup, and I really do think Toronto will feed off this. I wonder if this is exactly what Toronto wanted. As crazy as it sounds, I think they wanted the Yankees. There is, there's a back and forth between these two. There's the Springer thing, what he's yelling at the umpires about. If you want them to win, want New York to win the division, just tell us and get it over with. There's that. There's Schneider, who accuses the Yankees of not stealing signs, but when they know pitches that are coming because of whatever the telltale signs are, they pick up on them really well as a suggestion that, meaning if they don't know it, they can't hit you. They hit you well when they know what's coming, that kind of thing. There's a lot of that back and forth. And Judge was really complimentary last night about the Blue Jays. And I think that was by design, give him no bulletin board material, because he's got to know that deep down, that's a team. They've been this kind of young team for the last couple of years, but they're coming of age, and they've been that annoying team. But this is their chance to finally kind of knock down Big Brother, knock him out and make that statement that I think they get the respect that they feel like they haven't gotten. That's why this feels like it could be a very personal series for Toronto, for the Blue Jays. And they're going to play that way. And it's the way they play, too.
Well,
how they're on the bases, how they love to mess with you, how they put pressure on you, all that stuff. I think this series is going to have an animosity in it that we aren't even thinking about right now. By Monday, we could be talking about a couple of guys on the other team or things that happen in these games that have created now all of a sudden some tension, which could be fun. We love that in the playoffs. But I feel like you better be ready for what's coming when you go up to Toronto. The building's going to be loud because it always is. But that team, this is a personal thing for them, my opinion.
But my
goes beyond baseball.
My reality for them is whatever your rallying cry is, it is. All right, do what you want. We've seen that in sports. I've seen teams win 100 games say nobody believed we could do it. I think the Patriots when undefeated went into the playoffs, winning games, going nobody thought we could do this. No, everybody plays whatever angle they want to play. But the reality is, this Toronto team is always they've spent money. They're not the little engine that could. What the Blue Jays have been historically is a team that hasn't lived up to expectations. So now, should they wear the history? No, but it is what it is, guys. They can play the angle of nobody believes in us. They can play the angle that nobody wants us to win. They can play the angle big bad Yankees with all of their money. Well, take a look at their payroll. Take a look at the free agents that they've acquired over the years. Take a look at how good they've been in the regular season, and yet it's been 30-plus years the last time this team's won a World Series. So there is a reality that they finished with the same record as the Yankees. They won this division. They've got home field advantage. So play it any way you want to play it, but the reality is they're every bit as good as the Yankees, and let's see if they can do what recent vintage Blue Jay teams have not been able to do, and that's win some big games, win some big series, and make a run. Because I think it's open for whoever wins this year. If I believe the Yankees are going to the World Series, then I would have to believe the Blue Jays are going if they beat the Yankees, right? So it's there for them.
Yeah,
so shut up and go play.
Okay.
But will they?
I'm telling you, they're that team.
Well, they're also that team.
I'm not saying they're the Astros. Because
no,
the Astros
but there's a
were
former
really
Astro
team.
on the team, right?
They have that kind of what does Peter call it? Nozzle? Like they're a little nozzly. They're a little nozzly. Now I respect the hell out of how hard they play and all that stuff, but I mean, they're a little nozzly.
There's a little nepo baby vibe to the Blue Jays.
They're a little nozzly, that's all. I mean, again, Bichette being hurt it takes a little out of it because he cut his hair. When he had the long hair, I mean, you ever he would slide into second, turning what probably for most people would have been a single into a double. He's got to take the hat off and then he shake the hair out, then pull it back. Like at least he cut the hair this year. But there's just something, like I said, if there's ever a nozzle team that replaced the Astros, it'd probably be the Blue Jays if they won more.
But you have a former Astro.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun, but it's gonna be, like I said, so quick because by the time we hit the air on Monday,
I know
somebody might be facing elimination.
Yeah, if it's 2-0, I mean we're almost done.
Yeah, well, especially if it's 2-0, Yankees, and they're going home, then the feeling's going to be that the Yankees are going to win the series. But even if Toronto's up 2-0, having 3 cracks at winning this series, that's. Yeah, so the best of 5, so we got a ways to go before we get to the best of 7. But I think it's going to be a tremendous amount of fun, and it's going to be just back and forth. And don't forget, because, again, the best of 5 format, Game 5 would then go back to Toronto. So it is going to be really – and no day off. So let's get that right? So because the way –
I thought Monday's an off day, no?
No, Monday's an off day between games 2 and 3.
Right, then it's 3 in a row.
But if it goes 5, there's no off day between games 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So off Monday, then play through Thursday if it goes 5.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you guys feel that by the end of the 3-game set with the Red Sox, there's a slight rejuvenation in the rivalry?
No.
Nothing?
No, that felt like it we had a pulse because Crochet was so good, right? Chapman had that look. Like there was a stare down. I think was it in game 2? Or was it even yesterday? There was a stare down.
Judge got hit late last night.
Yeah, but that was by accident. He wasn't.
But the Judge didn't look happy about it.
No, of course not. Would you? We hit him in the forearm. but there was a stare down. Jazz struck out. Was struck out by Chapman, and I think it was the second swing that he whiffed. Chapman kind of did his usual thing where he kind of gave a stare, and Jazz looked back at him like, seriously? Like, so there was, I thought, all right, maybe there's something, maybe they'll be jawing at each other. It just, there's no pulse.
I'm sorry. There is an off day Thursday. I misread the thing. So they will have a day off between games 4.
You know what, Don? You know what we're going to do here?
Yeah,
you know what we're going to do the rest of the way out here? We're going to, listen, just when it comes to scheduling. Don, we're going to go ahead and ask you to lay out on scheduling for the rest of the day. It's the only place you're struggling right now.
Just rely on Kofi.
Time and date. Don, that is not. Don is an expert on all things sports. I'm
going over. I apologize.
So it's Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday would be the length of the series. Is that right?
Game 5, October 10th, Friday, 8:08.
You guys know what that means for me? I'm going to end up depending on what happens, because I got to watch these games. I could be watching games at 6 a.m., it feels like, in Perth.
Oh, that's right. You're going to be on this other world.
But fear not. On Thursday, you will have something to watch.
What do you mean?
Giants-Eagles, Thursday Night Football.
Right, baby. Jackson Dart going for 3 in a row.
Now, I'll be over there with the biggest Yankee, one of the biggest Yankee fans of my entire life is Damian Priest, who's going to be stuck dealing with the 12-hour ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he already has a plan in place here for this.
Right, so
I know he was at the stadium yesterday.
So when are you landing in Perth?
So I fly out of Dallas. I'll do the show on Monday afternoon from Dallas. Then we will leave after Raw Monday night. So I'm guessing that takes off. The show ends at 10. You probably take off by midnight. So, and then I land. I basically travel in real time from what will be midnight Monday to midnight Tuesday into Wednesday. However, Perth is 12 hours ahead. So for me, I leave on Monday night and I get there Wednesday morning. That make sense?
Yeah. You get there when it'll be Perth time Wednesday morning.
Correct, but it'll still be Tuesday night here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So when you land, you'll be able to watch that game.
Oh, that's exactly right. It'll probably be. It's an 8:08.
8:08. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
And then
we have all the times.
And then the game.
We don't have all the times yet. No.
The only times I have here.
Oh no! Why are we doing it again, Alan? I'm doing it again. I'm asking.
I already said we don't have all the time.
We do have all the times.
I'm going to give you the times that we got the times for.
I have
This
times.
is dangerous.
Tomorrow
this is dangerous.
it says right here 4:08.
Okay.
4:08
all right?
on Fox.
Oh, we got that.
Game
And then
2,
Sunday
4:08 on FS1. Game 3 on FS1 at 8:08. That's Tuesday night. FS1 8:08.
Right.
And that's all we
Game
have.
4 7:08 on
7:08.
FS1
On Wednesday.
on Wednesday, and then Friday, October 10th for Game 5 on Fox 8:08.
Now, here's where it could be a little bit different, I guess, is if Wednesday, the 8th, and would they keep it at 7:08, or let's say that's the only game left because you got Game 4 and the other two are Game 3 in the National League, so they could end in sweeps. If the Yankees-Blue Jays are standalone on Wednesday, October 8th, would they move that game to 8?
Dodgers-Phillies on TBS at 9:08.
But I'm saying if that series ends, but it
Times
can't, 'cause they're
can
playing at the same
change
time.
past games
So,
1
so
and 2.
times can change, but those games they would be locked in. So it probably would stay at 7:08. So those are the times now. I guess the only way that there would be any kind of a change there'd be no change because the potential game.
What are you changing
5,
it to? It's the prime time start.
Right.
You're not going to make it earlier. You're not going to make it later.
Yeah, no matter what, they're keeping Yankees right.
7:08. You think they'd make it 8:08 if there's no if the Dodgers?
No, but there wouldn't
Phillies
be because that's Game
sweep?
3 of the Dodgers series.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that series would not be over. So
now,
so locked in the times.
How do Yankee fans feel? I'll start with you, Alan, but Anthony, I'd like your thoughts as well. How do you guys feel about this Saturday, Sunday, 4 o'clock vibe-wise? Is that good for you? You into this? What's the feel?
Yeah, that's fine.
Terrible.
So Alan's got kids, right? It's the weekend.
I'll watch it at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I've got. So tomorrow's gonna be rough. I got to go up to Greenwich tomorrow with Callie. Big game tomorrow.
All right. What time's the game?
3 o'clock.
Come on.
Of course it is. Yes.
3 o'clock.
Sunday. I can't. Why? I get it. I guess you don't want to go up against Sunday night baseball. Can't we make that a Sunday night? Like, what are we doing?
Do they not have any? Is there no Sunday night game for baseball? No one wants to go up against the football. Are they both afternoon games? Just a couple afternoon games or 3 afternoon games?
No. You got and it's smart to do it at 4 because both New York teams play in the 1 o'clock window.
But the football's at 1.
So yeah, both New York teams play in the 1 o'clock.
The Sunday game would be Tigers Mariners at 8:03.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, I think I'm gonna.
That's punting.
Oh no, I think we are punting. I think we should stop talking schedules unless we have them in front of us.
I would say I got it right here. All right, but no Sunday. I think if you're a New Yorker,
it's just a suggestion. We can table it. We can get back to it.
Well, it's on FS1. It's like a rumor at 8:03. Come on.
I think you love the 4 o'clock on Sunday if you're a New Yorker. Jets and Giants are both at 1, so that won't interfere. So you got your football, go right into the baseball. Why would you want a game at night on Sunday?
Yeah,
Game's in Toronto, so you're not going.
I need a break.
Break
it's
from
all
what?
Day.
Well, yeah, because Alan, because the hard part is Don, and you
I got to cut the grass. When am I doing that?
Yeah, whatever the weekend stuff is that adults have to do with kids. If it's at 8, at least you can get the stuff done.
Yeah.
This means you got to pick your poison. A lot of people aren't going to be able to do the Giants and the Yankee game back to back. And it's Jackson Dart's second game, for God's sake, against the vaunted New Orleans defense.
It's
people
Jets
have to see
Cowboys.
this.
Justin Fields might actually get you to 30 points.
It's a lot. There's a lot here. There's a lot on the table here.
I got that 2.5, man. How are the Cowboys favored by only 2.5? What's going on?
I don't know.
It stinks. It
it's
stinks
almost
to
like
high heaven.
you know what it's doing? It's almost teasing you, Don. it's just begging you. Come play. Right?
Well, I'm playing.
Oh. All
And
right.
we're going to have all that coming up at 5:45 for sure, because we'll get into the football of it all. And then, of course, ENN is coming up at 6 o'clock. We're taking up until 7 o'clock. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg here on a Friday, getting you ready for the weekend on ESPN New York.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. Know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's CARS with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. No easy way to make your way outbound across the Hudson River over at the George. All of your approaches are jammed aside from the Henry Hudson. Deegan northbound. Delays are starting to back up across the Triborough into Queens and onto the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, pretty much at a standstill from White Plains Road through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck if you can. That'll run you about 10 to 15 minutes. Upper level, about a 20 to 30-minute ride. Broken down tractor trailer on the span, taking out 2 lanes. Outbound, Lincoln going to run you over an hour. They just picked up that crash on the Jersey side on 495 westbound by Route 3. Outbound, hauling close to an hour and a half. An earlier broken down car in the Tube. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Claire. She loves her motorcycle, and she's learned to love the insects she encounters on her rides. She may not know the difference between a gnat and a mosquito at 55 miles per hour, but she does know one thing. It's always gross when one flies into her mouth. But she's so used to it that it's weird when it doesn't happen. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back with comprehensive and collision coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service. Guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
No, I love this song. A reminder for everyone playing ESPN New York Survivor, make your pick before Sunday's 1 o'clock games to stay in the running for the $5,000 grand prize. After 4 weeks, we've lost 53% of players, including myself, Chris Carlin, and most recently Alan. So Peter,
boy, you hate to see it.
Peter's still standing. I lost on a glitch. Follow along on the ESPN New York app, powered by SplashSports.com. So a little fight, the good fight by Triumph. Triumph gets lost in the whole Canadian music scene because it's a three-piece Canadian band, so everybody just thinks about Rush, and they forget about Triumph. Giants Saints. Are you surprised the Saints are favored?
Yes. You know, it's the first time they've been favored. It's like 11 straight games or something like that. They have not been favored in forever.
And Rattler's 0-10 outright and 2-8 against the spread in his career as a starter. So people don't seem to be buying into what the Giants did.
You don't think that front line's going to kill him?
I'm not touching it for the reason that you said not to touch the Cowboy Jet game. Like both locals.
Now look at us.
Agreed.
Look at us. We think about it. All of us, based on what we see and what we know, we would all three of us, if we went with our gut, would pound the Jets and the Giants. And you know that's not going to be right. So there's something off here. Because we both think the Jets and Giants should cover this weekend. And neither of these teams are great. So the Jets are horrible.
No.
I'm sorry. We both think we think the Cowboys will crush the Jets, but we think the line is still stinky weird. Both lines are very off.
But they're usually not off. That's what scares me about bowling.
But you have to read
what do
them
they know?
right. You have to read them right, though.
Well,
so if the Jets-Cowboys line is as short as it is, Don, if they're right, I would argue how they're right is that the Jets end up winning outright.
And yet, when you look at like predictions and stuff, like if you go to ESPN.com and it'll kind of give you a rundown of the different games, and experts pick the games, and then they tell you the overall predictions. And like over 53% of people are picking the Saints.
Yeah.
So never mind the fugazi of the line. It feels like most people didn't buy what the Giants did last week. Like we bought into Dart because there's an energy around him, and we've been talking about him. But for the rest of the country, they're probably thinking that's just a bad Charger loss, that the Chargers aren't for real. 1 o'clock game for a West Coast team. They got caught napping. So it looks like, at least outside of the Giant Kingdom, that people look at what happened last week as a fluke. Do you?
Do I look at it as a fluke? No, a fluke would be a strong way of putting it. I look at it as the Chargers are a flawed football team who got an energized Giants team whose defense finally did what it's capable of doing and had a spark from a new quarterback and then a couple of costly turnovers, and you lose a game on the road. I don't know if I'd go as far as calling it fluke. I don't know about you, Alan.
I didn't see it as a fluke, but I will say it was the story should have been more about what the Chargers weren't, right, than what the Giants were.
Yeah.
There were some plays there that were just –
they played poorly.
Again, Dexter Lawrence's interception was ridiculous. Like, it was a great play by the big man. I don't want to take it away from him, but there were some things that happened in that game that showed you that there was just a vibe in the building. And that was great. I think if you're looking at this game, the one thing I will say is that Jackson Dart on the road, first time, right? In a dome. Not that he's never played in a dome before. SEC.
And that's,
but
New Orleans is going to be a special place for him. Go from Ole Miss, close by. Like, that's,
but
got to be something.
He took a bunch of sacks. He didn't turn the ball over. These are things that are on the road in a different environment. Like, it's a little bit louder. I just wonder, will it feel different than when you knew 80,000 people were behind you and they were just thrilled for your debut versus now everybody wants to kill you? That's what you want to watch for, is to see, I'm not saying he gets rattled because I don't think he's the type of kid that gets rattled, but still got sacked 5 times. Like, you got to worry about stuff like that.
Yeah, but boy.
But I also look at the Giant defense and I think about that front line and what they should do. I don't think Spencer Rattler has won his start yet, right?
He is not.
No.
He's 0-10.
Now, you could say he's due, or you could say he's just not very good.
I don't think the team's very good, but
this screams that you don't go near it.
I'm not. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, I just don't know. I love what the Giants did, but we got so caught up into it, and because we don't do a show in L.A., a lot of bad for the Chargers. And you just mentioned the turnovers, and that's how games are won and lost in this league, guys. Right? I mean, you look what happened with the Rams last night. Completely changed the complexion of the game. Same thing with the Jet game. Jets don't get any turnovers on defense, so that's why they don't win games.
That's right.
And then you turn the ball over, and you're going to lose. There's really not that much of a margin for error among teams. So clearly, when you turn the ball over, that's the X factor, and you don't know who's going to turn it over in a given day. So if the Chargers take care of the football, they probably win the game.
The Jet game, where I would probably rather – I wish we could do this with our picks, but I guess we can't. We just have to pick the games. I'd rather take the over in the Jet game because you can the Dallas Cowboys defense is not good.
Awful.
The Jet defense gives up 25 or more points a game every game, and Dak's good. You know they can score. They just put up 40 against the Packers.
Again, I still don't.
That game scares me.
But
as a Jets fan, that could get ugly.
Well, especially, but are the Jets equipped to take advantage of what Dallas's weakness is? Like, Dallas's weakness is they don't get much of a pass rush, and their secondary's banged up.
Yeah.
Right? But the Jets run the football, but they just lost Allen. So when you talk about the over, I would tend to agree with you, but if the Jets are going to do what they do, long drives, and maybe there won't be a ton of points. That's what scares me about the Jets is they'll score, but they'll go on these long, maybe 7-8 minute drives running the football, and then the Cowboys, bing, bang, boom, could score touchdowns on 4 plays, and then you're back on the field again.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll have our picks coming up soon, but and plus also, what kind of atmosphere is that going to be in that building?
MetLife. Oh God.
Listen, Cowboy fans travel to begin with, and even though they might be a little bit down on their team, if we saw half the building Steeler fans.
Oh no, the tickets are already bought for this game. They bought these in the off season. They're going.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those games where, listen, there's a world where I could see the score popping up on my screen and see the Jets are up 10-0, and I'm like, what? The Jets are up 10-0 on the Cowboys? Because the Cowboys have been so weird all year. There's also a version in which you look up and it's 10-0 Cowboys, and if that happens, that building's going to be nothing but Cowboys fans and booze. It's just going to be brutal.
And the Jets not equipped to come back, right? Like that's not a quick fire score.
Who knows that better than you? Who kept saying they would come back last week, and they did everything in their power to make that impossible.
I said that. I said that during the Couchcast because I think Miami stinks. And Miami was not going to blow them out, and the Jets were hanging around way more than they should have in that game.
Yeah,
it just the Jets just couldn't take advantage of it. But when you look at the 0-4, 3 moral victories out of the 4. So I guess what Vegas is saying is at some point it's going to come together and the Jets are going to win a game. But
yeah, at some point they're not going to turn the ball over a million times. I mean, their turnover. What is their turnover? Is -7, right? Differential.
And they haven't gotten a turnover.
Oh, my God.
So
that's right. Oh, that's even worse than I thought.
No, it's not good. Let's go to Andrew on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Andrew?
Yeah, hey guys, how you doing today?
Good.
Is it all right if I say two things? One thing about the Yankees and one about the Giants.
Go for it, Andrew.
All right, thank you. Well, the Yankees with Schlittler, like you guys were saying.
Schlittler. Yeah.
I think it was, just the most pitches he threw. So I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't bring him in the ninth inning.
I get it.
But
I'm more of why did it have to be Bednar, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I was more of just the old school, like that would have been cool to see. I said it at the very beginning. I'm not nitpicking. It's just for me, like that would have been cool to see him just take it from start to finish.
The good thing is he got the bullpen to rest today besides Bednar. And they could, go without Bednar tomorrow if they need to, with Williams or Weaver or something if they had to. But hopefully when it comes to that, they'll beat them by more because I think the Yankee offense is going to come out.
Okay.
And they're 51-16 when starting pitchers pitch 6 innings or more. So that's a big plus. And they're also 46-7 when allowing 2 runs or fewer.
Okay.
So
but
pitching
Andrew,
really
what about if it's Heel or Warren, either one of them pitching more than 5 innings? Like there's not much confidence in that in game 1.
You got to rely on the bullpen a little bit then. You're going to have to lean on the bullpen.
And that doesn't scare you. Like you just gave me 2 names that I almost had Ajita. Like you said, it's just you still got Devin Williams and Luke Weaver. I know Devin Williams was good in this series the 2 times that we saw him, but damn, every time he gets out there, if I don't sit there, I half watch the screen. That's
you
when.
Go to Weaver if you had to. I mean, but hopefully they want.
Did you not see Weaver in game 1?
I mean, if they want to rest Bednar, they want to pitch him, then they have no choice really. But we'll see what happens.
See, Don, Andrew's already got me knowing that. How am I doing this? I'm gonna be at a rink in Greenwich, Connecticut, watching Callie play, and she's so much fun to play because she's got so much energy. She's like the happiest kid you've ever seen playing a sport. And yet, I know I have to have the game on my phone, right?
Right.
Like the anxiety going through me if I see Luke Weaver get in the game.
It'd be too much. Watching
Andrew was so calm
your
about it.
daughter
He's like,
and Weaver, that's not.
But how calm can Andrew be about? Just go to Weaver. What? You also have Devin Williams. That doesn't make it better. Like I'm really struggling with that. I have more confidence in the Yankee starters than I do in most of what they bring out of the bullpen. That they've got to prove me otherwise.
Yeah,
and I guarantee you that everybody in Toronto, they're all saying the same thing. Get to their bullpen as soon as we can. It's feast or famine.
That's and also the difference in these 2 teams' offenses too. I mean, this is a really good offensive team. It puts the ball in play.
Yep.
So and they usually don't make the mistakes of, bad at bats and strikeouts. Like I said, the Red Sox struck out 30 times.
Yeah.
Toronto's run differential was plus 77. The Red Sox had a plus 110. So but that's probably more about the pitching of the Red Sox than anything else. But so they were pretty even there. But when you look up and down the lineup, there are guys that legitimately scare you and work counts and do a lot offensively that the Red Sox don't. So that's what makes this so fascinating. But it's also the postseason. Who knows? Let's see what these guys can do in the postseason.
I'm optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
1-800-919-3776. We've got our picks coming up. We've been brutal. But but we're gonna turn it around. This is the week we're gonna turn it around. Because you know why? For the first time, we laid out on Thursday.
This could be good for us,
and I think that's a good sign. And then we'll have Ian at 6, and we're taking you right up till 7:00. So we're having some fun here on a Friday on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Hey guys, every aspect of your business, from the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. Yeah, AI is literally a race to the top these days. The companies that engage AI first, they'll win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Founded by tech powerhouses, Thrive partners you and with you on smart and secure AI strategy for your business, and then they deploy and manage it for you. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. That's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is the Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same-day and next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. Jay Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom designs that let everyone know who you're rooting for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing stacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN, 1 free year of Perplexity Pro, and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans,
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team.
Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
What's the game called?
Football. These are the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg Pro Picks.
That's football!
Well, nothing to be proud of, but here are our standings. Allen is our fearless leader. He's 5-7 with 12 points.
Oh, he's not fearless.
I'm in second,
full of
4-8 with 8 points, and Peter is 3-9, but he's hot. He's got 6 points because those 3 wins have come recently after an 0-8 start to the season. So that's what we're looking at, and because Allen is our leader, Allen is going to go first.
Okay. As I mentioned, this is not an easy week to play.
It's not sexy.
There's a lot of things that just make you want to throw up in your mouth, which is the way I feel today. I've done a few times. So you know what I'm feeling like? I'm feeling like I'm just gonna go for risk this week. I'm playing the odds of some upsets. And the first one I'm looking at for my 1-pointer is Cincinnati's hosting the Lions, Detroit. So yeah, Jake Browning. There's no Burrow, but the spread is 10.5. Imagine
Big
being
old
at
number.
home.
Big old number.
That's a big
And
number.
you're giving 10. Give me the 10.5. I'm not saying they're winning, but I'm saying it shouldn't be 10.5. Am I getting smoked at home? No, I'm not buying it.
I think so.
So I'll that's fine. That's why it's my one.
Chance, Peter.
By the way, that's why it's my 1 point.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
I'm going for it at this point. Who cares?
Go for it.
So yeah, give me the 10.5. Give me Cincinnati. My 2-point play. We did get word that Lamar Jackson is out.
Yep.
They are hosting the Texans. They are 2.5-point favorites. Last I checked, you can correct me if that's changed
That's
since the Lamar
correct, I
Jackson news. But here's the thing: the Ravens have owned the Texans. 13-2 all time. C.J. Stroud has never beaten them. He's 0-3 against them. And DeMeco Ryans is well aware of it. They've talked about it. They know about it. Give me all that and the fact that the Ravens' defense is fugazi and that there's no Lamar Jackson. I'll take the 2.5. I'll take the Texans winning in Baltimore.
Look at Ravens boy Don. I mean, Ravens boy's going right up against the Ravens.
Right.
Wow, this is an interesting week.
Now, first of all, I'm more a Lamar Jackson guy than anything else. So now, my risk, which I'll say it here so you can call me out for it, is that the Texans are not a very good run defense, and we all know that without Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry's probably going to get the ball a billion times. But I'm going for risk. All right, and then my last go for risk, my 3-point play. It's in London.
Oh, yeah.
The Vikings have been there for a week, spent a lot of time in Europe. The Browns are coming in. Dylan Gabriel's getting the start. Shedeur Sanders is hating. He's going to be hate watching. I'm going to take the Browns. I'm going to take the 3.5 points. How could you be in Europe for 2 weeks and not have like some distractions? Ooh. And by the way, Carson Wentz, can we we're going to take the air out of that balloon against that defense? So.
Just so we're clear, Houston's 2.5-point favorites.
Favorite?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That must have did that change because
it must have flipped.
I wrote down plus 2.5.
I think it flipped when the official word came
Damn
down
it!
to Lamar.
But hold on, that's so weird though. All week, my Ravens friend Jeff wrote me 3 days ago and said the Cooper Rush era has begun. This is news.
Well, of course, we're going off of our Cover 5 app.
We love Cover 5.
And our Cover 5 app has Houston as 2.5-point favorites. Alan, does that change your opinion?
I'll allow it.
You want to revisit? You want to?
I think
wait.
It flipped. You have to.
You have to. You want to wait.
Consider it.
You want to come back to this pick at the end,
right?
Am I allowed to just give it a thought because I'm now just making sure my notes were correct? But that had to have. Remember, I asked you because we got the news. Jake, when did you tell me that it was official? Like an hour ago? Yeah, about an hour ago. So
now, what's interesting is not that it matters because we only care about Cover 5, but we also work at ESPN. Their spread is Houston minus 1.5.
Yeah, but we're working off the Cover 5 numbers because if anybody's in our group That's what they also have.
Like you dream about.
I was
Understood,
going.
but nobody's getting that number now. So
You can buy the points.
Well, I'm just saying we're doing this for our family of listeners.
From our family.
So why are we going off a number that nobody's going to be able to get?
Well, the people in the group are able to get it.
All right.
I wouldn't
You know
mind
what?
if this
You
was
know
all
what?
over.
The hell with it.
Yeah, show me something, man.
The hell with it. I'm sticking with the Texans.
Three,
Fine.
three,
I'll lay
three,
the 2.5.
three.
Well, that
was
is
a
2
two.
point.
That was a
That's-
2.
We're
We're all
fighting with
excited.
wrenches. You want to bring a pillow. You want to make it a pillow fight. We don't do that.
That's right. He's not messing
Good for
around.
you.
What about wrenches
How
in the pillow?
Show us some.
Wrenches in the pillow. That's more in the
So,
pillow
and Al,
case.
so your 3-point play
Different
in
show.
closing?
It was the Browns.
So you are going with the Browns. In
give me the 3.5 in London, in London town,
in foggy London town. Now here I go with my picks as I'm in second. It's my 1-point play for a bunch of reasons. Cowboys' offensive line's banged up, and this
Kidding me?
line just still seems fugazi to me at 2.5. You're basically picking a winner when it's under 3 in my book.
That's how Don says it.
And why am I going to pick the Jets to win a game? I'm going to find the Cowboys are going to find a way to win this game. Dak is 21-14-1 against the spread on the road, and 49-36-2 against the spread as a favorite. So when it comes down to it, the buildings will be packed with Cowboy fans. I know their line's banged up, but they're still going to find ways to get it done with Dak's mobility.
Get her done.
It'll be a close game because the Jets do find ways to keep things close, but their kicker will kick a 75-yard field goal at the gun. They'll win 23-20 or something. So it's my 1-point play. I'm going to have the Cowboys covering the 2.5. I think the Colts bounce back. Raiders are not good. 0-3 against the spread so far this season. I think the Colts do bounce back. I'm getting less than a touchdown. The Colts are home. I'm going to go with Indianapolis covering the 6.5 against the Vegas Raiders as my 2-point play.
Ooh, these are some dog ugly
And I'm
picks
making
we're
this
taking.
my 3-point play for a bunch of reasons, too. All right? I know that Jackson's out, but Cooper Rush is a professional backup quarterback. And Alan, you stole my thunder.
Sorry.
They're going to run the ball. There's nothing wrong with running Derrick Henry. And the Texans have not been good against the run. The Texans have not been good all year. And the Ravens are going to find a way to win. Sometimes when you lose a star player, it takes maybe a little bit of the pressure off them. They need the win so desperately. So do the Texans, but the Ravens I still think are an elite team. And I think they'll rally around what's happening here. They're a dog in their own building because of it. But Cooper Rush has been in these situations before. So I'm going to make that my 3-point play.
Oh.
The Ravens, I'm going to have them win outright at home against the Texans with the backup quarterback. So
we're going head-to-head now.
We're going head-to-head.
All
So
right.
I've got the Cowboys covering 2.5 as my 1-point play. Colts, the 6.5-point favorite, is my 2-point play. And the Ravens getting 2.5 at home is my 3-point play.
1, 2, 3-point play.
Well, throw me right next to Don with the Ravines. I'm here for Cooper Rush and a heavy dose of Derrick Henry.
No, this is too good now. This
My-
is too good. Let's
My
go.
1-point play. My 1
1
point
point.
play.
Show
Yeah.
me something.
Well, I don't have to like it as my
doesn't
favorite
have
play, but I like the Ravens in the spot. They desperately need a win, and in spite of a situation that's super uncomfortable, not having Lamar Jackson for all the reasons Don laid out, Cooper Rush is a professional. Don't forget, man, Cooper Rush is very solid with Dallas. I like the Ravens to get the win. Defense will bounce back. Derrick Henry rushes for about $150 and 2 tutties. Give me the Ravens as my 1-point play. My 2-point play. Listen, I don't like betting these guys, but what am I going to say? They are who they are. The Philadelphia Eagles, it's not ending this week.
Yeah.
The end may come at some point. I don't think it's at home against Denver. And frankly, I see it when you see the Eagles at a short number these days, give it to me. Eagles 3.5 at home. The Denver Broncos are a solid football team, but I like the Eagles to keep this thing rolling. Unfortunately, to get to 5-0 and win by a touchdown, maybe 10 points. Take the Eagles as my 2-point play. Then we go out to Seattle. And you guys, I've won with Seattle, and I like what Sam Darnold's doing. But I don't like the Seahawks as a 3.5-point favorite against the Tampa Bay Bucks, who just played those self-same Eagles last week close. Give me the Bucks as my 3-point play. 3.5-point dogs on the road for Big Boy Baker. Am I dreaming?
Really?
That's right. You don't like Baker on the
Wow.
road? Give it to me, baby.
That was one of my cover 5s that I didn't put points on, but, I mean, when do the comebacks finally start catching up to them? They're chasing the scoreboard every game, man. In Seattle? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Cardiac Baker and them boys. Both teams are 3-1. We'll find out which one's more fugazi. I like the Bucks. Give me the Bucks getting 3.5. That's my 3-point play. The Bucks, the Eagles, and the Ravines.
1, 2, 3-point play.
Very good. Want to remind everybody tomorrow at 1 o'clock right here on ESPN New York, Gary Myers is going to have the great, the legend that is Jackson Dart.
Oh, pick against
on
the
his
Giants.
show. So please do not forget that.
Kid's already doing interviews on
He's
an.
already
Oh
doing
my
interviews.
God, he's already doing interviews.
Gary
Here we
doesn't
go.
talk to nobody. Have you seen his guest list since he
Yeah.
started this show?
It's been solid. Very
Eli
good.
Manning, Jerry Jones, he's getting the big guns. So if he's getting Jackson Dart, even if you didn't see him play, something's up.
Now I got to give you guys a cover. I got to give you guys a survivor pick here too.
Yeah, let me hear it. Show me something, Ravens.
Do it.
Wow, that would be strong. That would be strong. The
Do it.
Lamarless.
Do it.
Give me the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, Buffalo.
I'll take the Buffalo Bills as my survivor to beat the Patriots. Listen, you got to use them sometime, right? I get it. Everyone wants to hold on to all these good teams. You have to, but it's a matchup kind of week. Give me the Bills.
Yeah. That New York
The
team
Toronto
that-
Bills. Yeah.
Yeah, the Toronto Bills.
Toronto,
exactly.
New York Bills. That's
Yeah.
right.
All right, a big ENN's coming up next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg right here on ESPN New York.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. No easy way to make your way outbound across the Hudson River over at the George. All of your approaches are jammed aside from the Henry Hudson. Deegan northbound. Delays are starting to back up across the Triborough into Queens and onto the Bruckner. Cross Bronx westbound, pretty much at a standstill from White Plains Road through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck if you can. That'll run you about 10 to 15 minutes. Upper level, about a 20 to 30 minute ride. Broken down tractor trailer on the span, taking out 2 lanes. Outbound Lincoln going to run you over an hour. They just picked up that crash on the Jersey side on 495 westbound by Route 3. Outbound Holland close to an hour and a half. An earlier broken down car in the Tube. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
The holiday season is here, and businesses are hiring for all kinds of seasonal roles. From haunted corn maze staff to real bearded Santas, skilled, experienced workers are in high demand and hard to find. Whether you're hiring for one of these roles or any other role, the best way to find the perfect match for your role is on ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's matching technology works fast to find top talent. No wonder it's the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, hey, how's everyone doing? Good. Oh, great. Good to see you today. Oh, fantastic. How are you? Good. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
That's right. I like to start off this big old ENN by saying good evening to my friend Alan Hahn.
No, I'm not touching 8.5.
All right.
I mean, I stick to that. I will not.
You shouldn't.
No.
Who would want to? We say good evening to Don.
You take it. You get smacked in the face, you take it.
And we say good evening to myself. Happy Jewish New Year. Not Newish Jew Year. It's appropriate given the week. Who's ready for a full 6 o'clock hour? We don't even have to rush through the announcer lineup today. We can dream about. We get to luxuriate in this 6 o'clock.
That's right. No rushing.
No Cooper rushing.
No Cooper rushing at all.
As people are, driving home, luxuriating in the fact that they will have Yankee baseball to watch all weekend, unless you're a Mets fan, in which case it's sort of dreadful, but it is what it is. Let's
unless you're Don and now you're rooting for the Yankees. It's great.
That's not what? He said. That's not.
He said it.
I didn't say it.
That's what he said.
I said I'm grappling, but I'm neutral.
Right.
We'll make either way work.
You're fighting it.
I'm just trying to figure it out. Grappling. I don't know how the way to describe it.
Grappling is fighting.
Well, let's stay with the baseball for a moment. Did you guys hear Giancarlo Stanton talk about what happened in the second inning when he thought he hit a Ramalama Ding Dong?
I hope he said it that way.
Here's Giancarlo.
The only doubt was if that was a homer or not whenever I hit it. So thank goodness for that bonehead play that the team was resilient enough and Cam was resilient enough to go out and it didn't mess up the chemistry or the moment. So that's good. Kids at home, don't do that. Future opponents, please do that.
I love that.
Bonehead play. So I'm just glad it worked in our favor and it won't happen again.
That's the most I think I've ever heard him talk with energy. Like he looked and sounded like happy. Normally he's kind of like pretty. I guess I shouldn't say that. Not like I talked to him.
No, he's just usually you don't.
But I never pictured him to be that ebullient, and he was.
Well, this is a guy that got booed like the second he got here. Right? Remember they started the year in Toronto, come home, booed.
Yeah.
And he knew how that wasn't the smartest of plays. So he probably was a little relieved that they won the game and it wasn't a big deal. So it was probably the elation of winning the game, but also knowing what it would have meant if he ended up becoming Timo Perez, right?
Still amazing.
God, I wonder what the plans are for the people this weekend. Anthony, you have any sort of thing in the works for Saturday? Is it sitting by yourself telling your girlfriend, complete silence, no one talks to me starting at 4:08?
She's just as big a Yankee fan as me. It's watch the games and hope they win both.
She's just as big as you, like almost exactly equal?
Yeah, probably.
What about like
probably more because it's her number one, whereas the Rangers are number one for me. So.
So that means you're not really a Yankees fan, right?
Like yes, that's exactly.
Like you and I are in the same place. We're not really Yankees.
We're not real fans.
Yeah.
We just play one on TV.
Right.
Who gets more emotive during the games, you or the girlfriend?
That's personal. I wouldn't share that.
No. Can I just say something? We love Anthony, right?
Sure.
Yes.
And he's one of us. He's been with
I'd
us
say so.
forever.
I'd like to think so.
I would hope so.
So maybe we shouldn't call her the girlfriend anymore. Maybe
Can
she
we
should
get a
have
name?
Brittany is her name.
Brittany.
All right.
Brittany.
Welcome to the show, Brittany.
There you
the
go.
girlfriend.
Yeah, she's better than that.
Yeah, she's no longer the girlfriend. Now she's Brittany.
Don, did you meet Brittany, or was it Michael who met Brittany?
Kay met her.
Can we get
In
the
Baltimore.
drop? You know when Brittany says her name, but she says it like
It's Brittany, bitch.
Yeah. Can we get that drop
Wait.
when we talk about her?
That's actually not a bad idea, though.
I like
so now when Brittany comes up, we could at least get the "It's Brittany, bitch."
There you
That
go.
would be awesome.
A little free with the B word, no?
What?
Well,
a dog.
it's not when you say it in that way. When you're saying it in the context of "It's Brittany," Alan, you know what I'm saying. It takes on a different meaning.
Yes. I just let you say it.
It's part of the vernacular of the people. All right, so let's move over to the foosball for just for a moment, and hear from our friend Jordan Ronan, who was on with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Now, obviously, this clip is 1 minute and 5 seconds because it's Jordan, but you know when we get the point, we can fade out.
Why did you say that?
How will the Giants?
How do you cut something that really? Where did we go to school?
Well, what do you mean? Maybe every word was needed. It's how will the Giants try to replace Malik Neighbors?
Darius Slayton moves into that number one type outside role, right? Because Wan'Dale Robinson's a slot
Boom.
receiver. So
Could
his
be
role
over in
doesn't
5
really
seconds.
change. Now maybe both their targets go up. Jalen Hyatt and Bo Collins, an undrafted rookie, I expect to kind of split that other wide receiver role. Bo Collins is bigger, more physical, could use him in the run game. So I think there's going to be almost like a 50-50 split between those two. And we saw it last week already. I mean, I know it was 4 catches for 30 yards, but the thing with Theo Johnson, he was going to get more balls anyway, but now I think that's going to increase as well, and he's going to become a bigger factor in his offense. With Russell Wilson, we know what he is. He doesn't throw to the tight end. The middle of the field is not his strength. He can't get the ball there. He's too small. Jackson Dart, they're going to use the tight end more. They were going to use the tight end more with or without Malik Neighbors. But the reality is you can't replace Malik Neighbors. The Giants aren't going to make a big trade. They're not really in position to give up assets. They're not really in position money-wise. On top of that, they want to see what they have. And then, next week, if they decide they need an Isaiah Hodgins type to add to the mix, I think that's a move that they make. He's on the practice squad in Pittsburgh, a guy definitely to keep an eye on there.
Dear God.
Yeah. A lot of talking there is what you're saying.
Well, it's not his fault. I mean, he's being interviewed. But 1 minute and 5 second cut, you just say, is Jordan around?
Just have him on.
Just
get him
call
on the show.
Just get him on.
Well, I have some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Brian Hoke reporting. Aaron Boone has named a starter.
Mm-hmm.
Luis Heel will get the start in Game 1 of the ALDS.
Makes sense.
So
now, how do you handle him and Warren? Do you have Warren out of the bullpen?
Yes.
And maybe four innings, he's ready to go.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what it's feeling like.
Because because nobody else, you would think the next 3 starters are set, and you may not need it for Heel either, but you're not going to need that kind of backup. You know what I'm saying? Heel missed half the year.
Yep. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Definitely the way to go. All right.
All right.
You're not surprised, right?
No.
We all anticipated this would be the way to go.
Yeah.
So, okay.
You'll take it.
You do.
Now, let's move back over to the foosball side of things before we get into our big announcer lineup, which I know you're waiting for with Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you guys, by the way, I don't want to pat myself on the back. I think so far it's the best announcer lineups we've ever had have come in this iteration of the show. Don, what are your thoughts?
Well, because we all embrace it. Michael was always against it, and so there was always a negative vibe around it.
You know what made him worse? You know what made Michael so toxic? Is sometimes he'd be into it and laugh and have fun, and then the next week he'd be checked out like he's angry about it.
But
you know what I mean?
What's the issue? What was?
It's stupid. It's a waste of time. I don't know.
He didn't get it.
We could be talking serious sports at that moment. I don't know.
It was. It's funny when the drops are good. I mean, when we're doing the straw bit, that's not great. But the drops are good. That's what makes it entertaining.
Well, I mean, I got in trouble for this opinion, but why not?
Boy.
That he's not a football guy. Football guys want to know who's announcing what games, and Peter does it in an entertaining way.
Can I ask
Michael never cared, so and it's tough when the name of the show isn't on board on a segment. That segment's been sabotaged.
Can I make can I make a request?
Oh boy.
No.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
I'm like, oh boy, this should be
You
good.
made it sound like how dare I? On today's, can we have announcer lineup including Game 1 of Yankees Blue Jays?
Oh,
well,
you
see,
know what?
That's a big ask.
Listen, it's
It's
a
a
huge
big
ask. You know what? You know why it's a big ask, and why I think Don is frankly offended by it, is because as much as he loves, and we all love baseball. We love baseball. Don particularly loves baseball.
Yeah.
But Don, it's baseballing up our football. You know what I mean? It's saying football's not good enough because the Yankees are playing. We got to find out, whether.
All right, that just forget I asked. I thought we'd have a world where before the end of the football season, if Don had a game on a Friday night, we would add Don to the announcer list. If I happen to be on the call on a Friday night, maybe I could sneak into the announcer list.
I get
you're having a conversation.
And now we have
the
drops.
sentiment. But maybe I'm the only one who feels this way.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is the announcer lineup is special around the NFL because it's a thing.
Yep.
People, when I was a kid, if I knew Madden and Summerall were on a Giant game, it made my weekend.
Of course.
Now, I don't know if people feel the same way about, Buck and Aikman or Nance and Romo, but it's a thing. People seem to care about it, and I've doubled down on it. When Michael didn't like it, I wanted to do it even more.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a football thing. I like where your head's at. I like
right.
to do that. I think that's good.
I know. You know what I'm doing? I'm trying to do the full inclusion thing, and I know that that's not the way the world works. So
No, you know what? I've thought about it.
It seems.
I've thought about it. I've deliberated. I've talked to some people.
Yes.
And I have decided to include the baseball in the announcer lineup. That's right. Because you know what? Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is about the sports-loving people who listen to Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg every day, and a large percentage of them have a visible excitement about the Yankee playoff series, and so it will be included. But to Don's original point, the reason I don't think Michael all the way got it is that while I think Michael, I might think more so than Don that Michael enjoys football. What I don't think Michael has that Don and I always had, and I think, Alan, you have as well, is just a legitimate, pure excitement about football to the point where if you hear there's a good matchup on Sunday with a fun announced team, I'll legit be excited to see that. Yeah. So, it hypes me up for Sundays because Sundays in the fall are the absolute best thing in sports.
Don't misunderstand me.
I'll just let you know that I am now on the edge of my seat about Texans-Ravens. Just
out of curiosity.
Just because we're all this is a game we're all going to be locked in on.
The value of the game almost comes down to who the networks chose to be on it.
They're telling you.
I've gotten excited about games, then I heard the announcer lineup, and I'm now off that game, and vice versa. But I want to make it clear: if you're not a football guy, that doesn't mean you don't like football. It doesn't mean you don't love football. I just think that there's a football guy is just different. It's a different level. So I never accused Michael of not liking football or not loving football, but he's not a football guy.
By the way, speaking of baseball announcers, I don't think we ever mentioned on the show the unfortunate scene that happened on Fox when Ken Rosenthal knocked into that camera guy. Do you guys see that moving around?
They
patched it up.
Yeah.
They patched it up, but I mean, let me put it this way. If Michael Kay was the camera guy, there's no apology being accepted. The milk was out of the udder.
Think so?
Yeah, you showed felt. You showed me I was pure filth. You and your bow tie, you told me I was pure filth with the look of disgust that you had in your face, and no apology can make up for it. Now, that's not how I am. I'd accept the apology.
You would have? No, the look tells me everything I need to know.
The look, what, Don, you saw it, right?
No, I saw it. It's basically the look. But
the look was not, not what you want. Guys, enough talk about it. It's time to be about it.
Let's do it.
It's time for your NFL announcer lineup with maybe a special addendum at the end. You will have to wait and see. But first, we start out this Sunday morning. It was a Sunday in October, they said, in foggy London town when the Vikings come to town to take on Dylan Gabrielle and the Cleveland Browns. That's right, the Vikings and the Browns on the NFL Network. Yes, I'm never able to watch this game. 9:30 a.m. But first on your dial, it's Kenny Albert on the call.
Calling the authorities.
He'll be joined by Jonathan and Sarah Walsh.
Oh, I got a ma'am. I'm so old.
Now, we get to later in the day on Sunday, and after you finish taking in that game, which is Allen's big 3-point play.
Let's go.
He gets another game he'll be locked in on. The Texans and the Ravens, CBS, 1 o'clock. I debated in my head who I thought it would be. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's an eagle. An eagle on the call.
Lost in the sauce.
He'll be joined by Janoris Jacoby Watt.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse.
And Evan Woodward.
The lobby is bustling. There is an energy here.
Did you ever explain why you say that?
Because it's so Washburn.
It's just because. Thank you, Don. It's because it is. We stay at 1 o'clock,
okay.
And here is a game that if you were to describe it as a look, if you were to draw a picture, if you gave a piece of paper and a pen to a child and you said, write this game, draw this game, what they would hand you back was a black and white photo of feces. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers.
Oof.
Oh, who's lucky enough for this game on Fox at 1 p.m.?
Oh, can I guess?
You could try.
Gary Myers.
Oh, that's nice, but it's Eric Strawsound Collins?
Or Chris.
Why did I mean Chris Myers, not
Either
Gary
way.
Myers. I'm sorry.
You said
Chris Myers.
Oh, my goodness! Chicken salad deluxe!
Wait, who is that? Was Eric Collins?
Chicken salad.
I'm not familiar with his work.
Who's Eric? Who's Eric Collins?
Well,
and he goes right to a drop.
Yeah,
we got 12-year veterans getting the straw.
What about
whatever the Twitter algorithm lets me download is what I download.
So wait, you think there's a conspiracy here, Don?
I don't know. I just move it on up, huh?
Can I hear the audio one more time for this Eric Collins fellow?
Oh, my goodness! Chicken salad deluxe!
That is, I look forward to this game now.
Yep.
Is there a chicken salad deluxe?
I want to watch Hornets games.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's the right person to call this game because the Dolphins and Panthers, you got to turn chicken-ish into chicken salad. You know what I mean? He'll be joined by Mark Stink Schlereth.
Lick my fingers and touch it.
And Jen Hale.
A down-to-the-wire thriller.
All right, another game that you're not drawing straws to get, but it'll happen. The Raiders at the Colts, 1 o'clock on Fox. And Don, you know who it is? Do the impression again. Don, do the voice again.
Chris Myers.
I am Chris Myers.
He'll be joined by Mark Sanchez.
Just like a bad hair day, man. Find a hat, get through the day, and go get a haircut tomorrow. I don't care how it looks.
And Christina Pink.
Oh, yeah, the swagger is back.
1 o'clock. And again, if this game wasn't local, I mean, you're not stoked about seeing the Giants and the Saints on the schedule. Now, this is your old NFC on CBS vehicle, another one of the many weird things we've adjusted to in the modern era. It's 1 o'clock, and it's Andrew Catalon.
Going up high and bringing it down for 6.
He'll be joined by Charles Danny Davis.
Take your shots downfield, Carolina.
Jason, don't call me Devin McCourty.
It's okay, Rondé.
And AJ Styles Ross.
Texans running back Joe Mixon, dapping it up.
Another local vehicle happening at the exact same time on the other network. So it's the Cowboys and the Jets on Fox, 1 o'clock. Jason Benetti on the call.
Oh, my goodness!
He'll be joined by Greg Oog.
I'm aggressive by nature.
And Pam Oliver.
Hey, now.
I've been told by Kofi that Eric Collins is the Hornets play-by-play.
Yeah, he does, like, his calls are outrageous.
Right.
Yeah, over the top. So that chicken salad deluxe was from a Hornets game.
Right.
Well, and by the way, good for him. He must be good at turning chicken-ish into chicken salad.
Yeah,
Hornets
yeah,
game.
All the people that he gets to wake up during those games.
Yeah.
All right. We stay with our last 1 o'clocker. It is wow. Okay, this isn't what I expected. It's a CBS vehicle, and God, they are just, I get it. It's the Eagles, and it's the Broncos, so it's Jim Nantz at 1 o'clock.
Hello, Fritz.
He'll be joined by Anthony Romo.
Nance needs a bathroom break.
And Tracy Wolfson.
Are you kidding me?
Do you think Nance and Romo, when they get like Eagles and Chiefs, they're like they don't even have to prepare? Like half their work's done.
It's such a good point.
How do you not know those teams already?
You call
same
million
thing,
games.
Yeah, same thing with the other guys. Like, you got to be used to it. You've seen these before. All right, let's go to 4:05 and. Smells like Thursday, but it's a Sunday 4:05er. It's the Titans and the Cardinals. CBS. Spiro Didi's on the call.
Spiro Didi's?
He'll be joined by Adam Archuleta.
Adam Golden Archuleta.
And Aditi Kinkwabala.
Joe Flacco, do you ever age?
Another 4:05er that smells like a 4:05er. The Bucks and the Seahawks. My 3-point play, I might add. I like the Bucks. That's 4:05. That's CBS. That's Kevin Harlan.
Some guy with a bra.
He'll be joined by Trent Green.
Holy smokes.
And Melanie Collins.
This rivalry never disappoints. When you Derek, take me through that run.
Now, this is a game coming up at 4:25 that at some point you thought could have been a big national vehicle. But there's no Joe Burrow, and there's no big national vehicle. It's the Lions and the Bengals. And for some reason, our crazy friend Allen decided to go with the Bengals in this one. It's a risky one. 10.5-point dogs. Kevin Kugler's on the call.
And it's caught! It's a touchdown!
Daryl Moose Johnston. And Allison Williams on the sideline. Now, see? Poor Allison Williams. Meanwhile, her brother, Eric Collins, I almost said Eric Williams, he gets a drop already. All right. That means there's just one 4:00er left. It is the Washington Commanders at the Los Angeles Chargers. The return of number 5, leg brace and all, Jaden Daniels back on the field, and he will be a 2.5-point dog with the Commies at Justin Herbert and the Chargers, trying to come back strong after that loss at the Giants last week. It's 4:25, it's Fox, and that means it's Kevin Burkhardt.
Keith, these are definitely not pumpkins.
He'll be joined by Tom Brady.
He's taken a lot of sacks.
Aaron Andrews.
All right, old man, I can joke with you about that.
And Tom Rinaldi.
How spectacular and great is this?
That means we just have our Sunday Nighter and the Monday Nighters to get through. And then you got the Patriots and the Bills on Sunday Night Football, 8 o'clock, 8:20, I should say, for kick on NBC. Mike Tirico on the call.
They still seem to resonate.
Dom, there are 3 teams.
Yeah. No, Dom is right. Chris Collinsworth.
You take that cheek, and I'll take that cheek, and we'll pick up a first down.
Lastly, Melissa Stark on the sideline.
Josh came over and said,
Now, our Monday Nighter is the Chiefs and the Jaguars. It's an ESPN vehicle, which means it's Joe Buck.
Absolutely. You guys have a great afternoon. Keep doing what you do.
Troy Aikman.
Come on, Daddy.
Lisa Salters.
welcome to the playoffs.
And Laura Rutledge.
Enjoy that flight.
Why are those too funny to me?
Those are
why were Lisa and Laura so dry? One more time. Lisa Salters.
Welcome to the playoffs.
And Laura Rutledge.
Enjoy that flight.
It's like they're angry.
Ice cold.
So I think a statement's being made by Anthony.
Yeah, apparently so. Maybe he's got a point
something's going to be missing this Monday when you watch this. It's not going to hit the same as last Monday.
No
Couchcast.
Oh, you're right. By the way, they could use it. Now, Joe Buck, when he saw that he has a Jaguars games, probably thinking, I wish I was doing the baseball playoffs. And if he was, he might have the Yankees and Toronto. Your announcers for this series on Fox and FS1, that's the Yankees and the Blue Jays, would be Joe Davis.
Oh, my gosh!
John Smoltz.
Well, Mike, how fun would it be?
Did I call him Mike?
Sure did.
When was that?
I don't know. It's in the system, though.
Peter refers to John. What is it called? The drop.
Peter calls Smoltz Mike.
Well, Mike, how fun would it be?
Why would I call him Mike?
Boy.
That makes no sense. I don't. Don, you know for a fact I have some gaps in my baseball, but not in the '90s.
But
Braves
who could you
roster.
have been confusing with him? Like, because you don't call Michael Mike.
I don't call Michael Mike. None of the other.
No,
I don't
none
know.
of the other Braves pitchers
No,
are Mike.
I'm not. I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to. Mike Devereaux is the. I don't know. I have no idea who I'd be thinking of. Oh, and lastly, Ken Rosenthal on the sideline.
I was surprised at how upset I appeared.
That's
nice.
Well done.
Yeah,
that
well
is
done.
your NFL and Yankee announcer lineup for this Friday, October the 3rd.
Oh, another fabulous ENN as well. And unlike a lot of other days, we've got 30 minutes of show left.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. What are we going to do?
We've got new Aaron Boone sound previewing tomorrow's game with the Blue Jays. We've got more football to talk about as well, taking up until Ty Butler at 7 o'clock right here on Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
Ballybet Sportsbook. Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino. Download it.
Record numbers of residents are getting quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. If you recently had a major life event such as marriage, pregnancy, or insurance loss, you may be eligible to enroll now. All health plans include preventive care, prescriptions, emergency services, and more. 9 in 10 enrolling get financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less. Find out if you qualify at getcovered.nj.gov. That's getcovered.nj.gov.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep at night. Getting the right price helps you sleep even better. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step fitting process to make sure your new bed fits you perfectly. The right fit, the right price, plus free delivery. It's what they do, only at PC Richard & Son. Free delivery on mattresses $199 and up. Excludes Manhattan. See stores for details.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino & Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino & Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE, back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like, D'Agostino, law, bite back?
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
The holiday season is here, and businesses are hiring for all kinds of seasonal roles. From haunted corn maze staff to real bearded Santas, skilled, experienced workers are in high demand and hard to find. Whether you're hiring for one of these roles or any other role, the best way to find the perfect match for your role is on ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's matching technology works fast to find top talent. No wonder it's the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana, is giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but 0 sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
Didn't hear you. So Aaron Boone spoke. So I'm going to need Anthony to help me out here.
Well, that's Brittany's song, by the way.
Who?
It's Brittany's song.
It's Brittany Itch.
Yeah, this is. Brittany has been introduced to our show, and she has her theme song. There it is.
There you go.
You met her too, by the way, Don. She went to Sasso 2 years ago.
Jeez, Don.
Oh no,
you forgot her? That's sad.
He's really upset by it.
Oh, I don't want to forget people.
I'm looking forward to meeting her, Anthony.
Me too. Considering I know for a fact I have not met her.
That is true.
And I met her at Sasso?
Yes.
Jeez. Even went to the softball game.
I meet a lot of people.
You do.
Oh,
That's
wow.
right. He's very popular.
Huh. I'm a very busy man.
He just
no, I'm not being that guy. I'm just trying to think. 2 years ago, I don't remember.
Long time ago.
Well, for
He
me,
doesn't-
No, I'm being serious.
He doesn't know what he was going through at that time.
no, I'm getting pulled in a bunch of different directions at the Sasso. I could have lied and just said, "Oh yeah, I met her," and then moved on. But
Right.
I wanted to get it right.
No,
because you're a professional.
Thank you.
Damn right, Joe.
So we got the Boone.
Yeah. So what do we got?
Why Luis Heel for ALDS Game 1?
Just feel like he's ready for this. He's in line for it. Decided for now we want to keep Warren an option in the pen and feel like Louis is ready to go.
Yeah, and there was a decision on Schlittler or Heel.
Right.
So obviously Heel would be the next one up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just that it would have been the opposite if he decided to go with Heel last night. But before the playoffs started, we knew that Cam was going to be the third game starter, so there was no reason to put Heel on the postseason roster. He wasn't coming out of the pen. So this seems like the logical next step, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not pitching Fried early. This makes sense, and I think he's a better option than Warren.
I agree.
Now, something that you didn't see, or maybe you did or didn't see, is on Cody Bellinger's last ground out of the game, he was limping a little bit. Everyone said he would be good to go. We get more from Aaron today on what's wrong with Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, he should be good. He's kind of bruised his heel, so yeah, we think he should be good to go.
How do you do that?
It kind of re-aggravated scoring on that play on the base hit, the first run yesterday. Just kind of jammed his heel a little bit when he was rounding third, so he should be all right and should be good to go.
Yeah, no problem. He's
should
ready
be
to go.
All right. Should be good to go.
Now you want him for his bat, so if he's a little, slowed down as far as running the ball. I will say, though, he does a great job running balls in the gap, so that could be an issue if he's not 100%, but the bats would still be strong.
And, Peter, you're always looking for juice. Well, Aaron Boone spoke about the Yankees in general and how good a team they are and referenced a Blue Jays announcer in his answer.
I feel like, obviously the last couple months really started to play really well, and contrary to some thoughts up here, we're a really good team. I know Buck had some thoughts. That's all I was responding to. So He's wrong, but it doesn't matter. We got to go play, and we got to go perform as everyone does at this time of year. So we feel really good about our team. We're playing well, but all that's in the past now. We got to go play well moving forward, and we have the challenge of a new series against another really good team and a really good opponent that has earned the opportunity to wait out this first series. So we're excited, looking forward to it, and it should be a great series.
Saying all the right things, but you remember earlier in the show I told you there's some animosity in this series, and the Blue Jays have this. They have a way about them right now. They feel
a nozzly way.
Yeah, but it's also like I'm telling you, deep down they wanted the Yankees because this is their way. They want to be able to put the Yankees out and sort of say it's our time now, our arrival, all those things. They have that about them, and I was thinking of the different things that we've seen go on between them. And the most recent was Springer saying to the umpire, if you want New York to win a division, just tell us. I totally forgot about what Buck Martinez said on the broadcast about the Yankees they're not a good team. Forgot about that one.
But listen, in fairness to Buck, all right, he has nothing to do with the Blue Jays personnel. He's the announcer. I mean, unless they got to put him on radio, he's not going to be calling these games in the postseason. And before you get upset, including you, Alan.
Okay.
A lot of Yankee fans agreed with Buck when he said it, because when he said it, Yankees were in a bad way.
Yeah.
Now, maybe he should have said it. None of his business to say it. I get
all that. He wasn't wrong, but at
the time, he wasn't wrong.
No, he wasn't wrong at the time because they did make a lot of – they were playing poorly. But what it does show you, though, is that is – like, Don, he doesn't represent what the team is saying, but when you're around the team long enough and as much as a broadcaster usually is – you get a feel for what everybody's feeling. And I'm sure he's just sort of a mirror to what they feel about the Yankees, which is why, again, I think they're going to test him every way possible. All their weaknesses, they're going to try to exploit when it comes to defense, when it comes to bullpen, when it comes to the way they approach hitting. That's what's going to make this such a compelling series.
But people need to realize about like what the Blue Jays are going through and why Buck would say that. Would Buck say that about another team? Probably not. He feels emboldened to say it about the Yankees because it just shows you the chip that the Blue Jays have on their shoulder, where it's Yankees this, Yankees that. And I think Alan and I have been around enough players to know they pay attention to that. They pay attention to the lack of attention they get. Because the Yankees are always on national television, and the Yankees always get talked about, and every big free agent's going to go to the Yankees, and Yankees this, Yankees that, and you're in Toronto, and let's face it, in the sports landscape in Toronto, now that building's going to be packed, and they're going to be ravenous, but they're probably talking a little bit more, Leafs opening their season in Toronto than maybe Blue Jays playoffs, because it's a hockey town.
You think so?
Well, I'm just saying overall, when you're a Blue Jay,
yeah.
You're not the biggest story all the time, where the Yankees are always a big story.
Yes.
It's very difficult. When the Yankees are playing well, as big as the Giants are, as big as the Knicks are, they're not throwing any shade towards the Yankees, right? They're not taking up any of the Yankees' oxygen. But listen, the Blue Jays in the playoffs, those fans are going to be ravenous, but what the Maple Leafs are doing, and it's a hockey town, they probably get a little bit more attention than the Blue Jays do. So they probably feel, like, hey, is anybody going to pay attention to us? Is anybody going to care about our season? We were the best team in the American League, damn it. Why isn't anybody talking about us? And they'll use that, but it's fugazi. At the end of the day, once you hit the field, you got to execute. This is not football running through a wall. You got to go out and play your game, but they'll use whatever they can to make themselves out to be the little engine that could, but they're not. They're an outstanding team.
Canadians in Toronto to play the Maple Leafs on Wednesday. So the series will have shifted to the Bronx by then.
Right. Now, listen, they'll get better ratings than the Maple Leafs. It's regular season hockey. I'm just saying when you are a Blue Jay, you don't get the love in Toronto the way a Yankee gets love in New York.
Not even close.
All right? Austin Matthews walks down the street with Springer or any other Blue Jay, Guerrero, they're running to Austin Matthews because it's a hockey town. It's just the way it is.
Yeah. And
I'm sure, and they use that, and the Maple Leafs use it too. Oh, the league doesn't want us to win. They're against us. You heard Springer say, you read his lips, you want the Yankees to win because that's their feeling. Like they want the Yankees. They don't want the Blue Jays in the League Championship Series.
So we got to get a compilation of the studio host waving the broom, right? We took the broom out. Remember that? When they swept the Yankees for the first time in Toronto. We have that. You have Springer doing with saying what he said. And then, like, if I'm Fox, this is the montage I'm doing. And then obviously Buck. Like, throw that stuff in there and turn this into this is going to be a dirty fight. The Blue Jays don't like the Yankees, and I don't know how the Yankees feel. But I think the Yankees look at the Blue Jays like, yeah, whatever, okay, kid. But the first punch you take,
I don't think they hate the Yankee players. I just think they hate the whole concept.
But you don't have to hate the players to still.
No, I'm just saying they just hate the whole idea. It's Toronto versus New York, and in baseball, it's David against Goliath, and they probably think they deserve more credit than that, which they do, because they're every bit as good. And if you go by the season series, they're probably better than the Yankees.
Don, do you think the Yankees are, as the team, not the franchise and the entity and the brand? I'm not talking about that. This iteration of the team, this roster, this style of play, this group, do you think this is a highly respected team? Their approach, all of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they wouldn't be. You don't think Judge is respected? Stanton isn't respected?
That's individuals. I'm talking about the approach, style of play, how they play, what they're about. Like, overall, of course, Judge.
Oh, well, you heard Buck. What Buck said was probably how
everybody feels.
Everybody feels that this team is fugazi,
and they get a ton of attention because of who they are, not what they are. Right.
Right, and they probably are a little in a way about why is all the attention on the Yankees and not us.
And
they'll use that.
I'm trying to make that point.
Yeah.
Just froze. I'm trying to make that point. Is that's why I feel like this series is going to have a little extra juice in it that maybe some people wouldn't expect.
And hey, you know what, Alan? If the Yankees win this series and take on the Tigers and the Mariners, I'm sure Seattle and Detroit are going to feel the same way. The Yankees are getting all the attention.
Oh, Seattle
like, we're out west. Nobody pays attention to us. Nobody cares about us. Nobody believes in us.
They'll have a bigger case for it than the Blue Jays will. I mean, this is inherently an AL East thing with some juice at least.
Yeah,
but I can totally see Detroit or Seattle getting completely kind of thrown away here in a series against the Yankees.
I love the fact earlier, Don, you tried to really sell the idea that Detroit Seattle's a good. That is a nap. The people are not going to be excited to see that series.
I get it.
The good
I'm
news
just
is
saying,
there's an MVP candidate, a true MVP candidate is going to be in that series. That's great, but I mean,
I was trying to sell to you.
There's no sell there. This series is the one to watch.
No, absolutely. I'm just saying that you've got a division winner that's a great story with a possible American League MVP who's been a big story, and Detroit, which is a big market.
I understand, but
I think the Tigers are sexier than the Guardians. But not much. But not by much.
But not much. Not much at all.
Not by much.
But you'll have. I just think you'll have more sizzle if the Yankees play the Mariners because of the MVP thing, and they won't. They're not going to name the MVP officially until after the World Series is over.
Until November, right?
So we won't know. But that's like the last sort of statement of whoever comes out of that series. So that will make that fun. That you can build that up. But this series, and Dodgers Phillies, to me, are the series that are going to have sizzle.
And for people that know, like the votes are already in.
So
what happens if they do play each other is not going to matter.
Not going to matter.
But boy, that's going to feel like, to quote Rob Manfred, that's going to feel like a piece of tin to Cal Raleigh if they get smoked in the league championship series, and at the end of the year they hand him the MVP and Aaron Judge is the champion. That would probably feel like a consolation prize than a trophy. 1-800-919-3776. Get to your calls coming up next, and then it's Ty Butler at 7 right here on ESPN New York.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., Giants quarterback Jackson Dart joins Gary Myers on the Saturday Huddle as he gets ready for his second NFL start right here on ESPN New York.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters. But those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Did you know women account for 2/3 of all Americans living with Alzheimer's and 2/3 of all Alzheimer's family caregivers? Join the Alzheimer's Foundation of America at its Women Empowerment Forum on November 5th in Amityville to learn practical ways women can reduce their risk for Alzheimer's and enhance quality of life for themselves and their loved ones living with Alzheimer's. For more information or to register, visit alzfdn.org or call 866-232-8484.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids.
On and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. One free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Oh, yeah, baby.
All right, let's close it out with your calls. 1-800-919-3776. Chris and Barnegat, you're on ESPN New York. Hi, Chris.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
So first things first, before I get to my point, I was watching the game last night, and my dad, he texted me, and he was like, oh, you got to send him back out into the eighth. And he's kind of a guy that doesn't really watch, every game, in the regular season like I do. And in my head, I'm so trained these days to 100 pitches, no way. No way they would ever do that. It's the big 100 pitch mark. And they sent him back out there. And it was just such a great moment to see those fans going crazy, because that was awesome. But my real point is where does this rank? Where does this rank on the playoff performances? Obviously, there's some great ones, Roger Clemens and Don Larson. But where does this rank on playoff moments for Yankee pitching?
Well, I still think we have to see where this goes. But Roger Clemens is Roger Clemens. Don Larson wasn't a Hall of Famer, but he was an established pitcher. Andy Pettitte, even though he was 96, he was second in the Cy Young. This is a kid making his 16th major league start, his first in the postseason. But just right now, Alan, Peter, I think it's top 5. But it could age even better if they make a run.
Incredibly unexpected, right? That's what you're saying, but wonderfully unexpected. I thought of Pettitte. I just thought, because you also keep in mind the context that Pettitte got smoked. I think it was game 1, or was it game 2? He got smoked in the World Series there. Mm-hmm. And so for him to bounce back and give you that kind of a gritty performance in that game 5, I mean, that said a lot about him. So I was thinking of that last night. I can't really think if Phil Hughes had one, or, Jabba back in the day. Was there one of them having a moment? But it's pretty special. But I was seeing – the only reason why I said it was because, Don, I was seeing people last night, greatest performance by a Yankee pitcher. I'm like, guys, perfect game's a perfect game. You can't come in the World Series. Let's not go there.
I understand, but that was Game 5 of the World Series. This is, and again, this
is
a
perfect game,
right? But it's it's facing elimination, a must-win situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because what were we talking about yesterday, Alan? If the Yankees lose, this is a failure of a season. The guy that saved your season.
Yeah.
And you can't kind of forget that even though they put it together last night offensively and did enough, not getting the long ball from their long ball guys, you needed a great pitching performance to win. It would have been losing to the Red Sox again in a year when you really feel you're a better team than them.
You needed,
whatever
Peter,
the records say.
Peter, what you're saying is you needed someone to step up and be a star, be a hero,
Right.
and it came from a guy who started the season in Double-A.
What I'm saying is I need a hero.
Just for one day.
Who's something in the something of the night.
I don't know if we're on the same song, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
you're singing different songs.
I'm doing David Bowie. What do you got?
I need a hero.
Yeah, you were doing
Bonnie Tyler.
Bonnie Tyler.
I'm taking. I win that face off.
Holding out for a hero.
I want it clean.
I just don't know if I know the song you were referring. Which Bowie song?
No, we could be heroes. We can be heroes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just covered by Dylan's son. That was in a movie the last 20 years.
Mariah Carey hero.
Mariah Carey had a hero song.
Yeah.
She did.
Enrique
That
Iglesias.
that was humongous.
The great Enrique Iglesias.
Javier in Queens. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's up, guys? Great show today. Thanks for taking the call.
I feel like we're leaking oil though as we go down the stretch, though. Howdy,
No,
right?
no.
Like I do
Not
feel
at all,
like
not at
we're
all.
trying to get to the finish line here.
And Don, I gotta say, your newfound Yankee fandom. I can't speak for everybody.
Wow.
But over here, there's movement.
See,
wow.
Whoa.
I love
why-
this. He
That's why I
called
shouldn't
Yankee
call him on this
fandom.
show.
Welcome.
I should lay out. None of
And,
these things were
listen-
ever said.
Yesterday, a Sopranos quote worked for me, so I'm gonna quote the great Bobby Bacalieri, a.k.a. Bobby Bacala, to the victor belongs the spoils, right? So let's celebrate today, Yankee Nation. And listen, for the series coming up, Toronto's been on ice, and the Yankees can take advantage. Take game one, and then you got a clear shot at the ALCS. And I love
honestly,
the storylines going on
They
right now.
lined up their pitchers, and that's the advantage, Javi, and thank you for the phone call. I think I'd rather be the Yankees. I think I'd rather be riding a high. I might be a little tired, short turnaround and all that, but the race is going to start with them having running 10 yards behind. They're going to hit the start line already moving, and the Blue Jays you can hope maybe catch them flat-footed. Maybe.
Remains to be seen. Like I said, rest versus rust.
Well, it's
right?
always a conversation in sports, and we're going to continue to have it coming up. Monday's going to be big because we're not only going to have where the Yankees are, who's up 2-0, is it even at 1?
Jackson Dart going to get a second win.
Right? Can the Jets get their first win? Oh, there's going to be so much happening on Monday. Really looking forward to it. We'll have an NFL binge.
Oh, come on.
Like you dream
It's
about.
going to be pretty incredible. So enjoy all of the baseball, enjoy all of the football, and enjoy Ty Butler. He's going to be coming up next. So
My man.
It was a phenomenal weekend. Peter, I know you're going to be traveling, but you will be with us on Monday. We're looking
That's
forward
right.
to that. And then you'll be on the other end of the planet.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
ESPN New York.
Getting the right mattress helps you sleep